The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, is the new Cortana, or weapon, or whatever the fuck her name is, hot or not? Or is she just really some geeky guy?
Player to another?
Dark soul lies. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that loves grappling it. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
I'm your host, Joseph Gruppler.
What the fuck was that? I'm your host, Zach.
I'm grab for extreme.
And today, guys, as per the description, we are reviewing Halo Grappling Hook, or Grappling It. It's the
God
real
damn
name
it.
of it.
You
No one
corrected,
can
us,
pronounce
you
it
corrected
right.
us on that for like weeks, and you just got it wrong.
I know. It's you guys swayed me to the
Guess what that
shittier
is.
version of the name. But yeah, if I could play this game exclusively with the grappling hook, I would have. But sadly, there were some parts that grappling it just wasn't cutting it.
Really?
Very
the grappling
few.
hook took me everywhere.
Yeah, very few areas. And sadly, the grappling hook was limited. We tried to climb many a great tower in the game with the grappling hook, and eventually you hit the ceiling.
I know one of the towers at the top has a skull on it. I forget which one, but I found one up there.
Well, that's
Hopefully it
annoying.
wasn't the one we were trying to do, because we were trying hard to get up that goddamn spire or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, I don't think it was the spire. I think it was like the tower where like you fight the caps lock guy.
Shacklock.
Caps lock.
Caps
yeah.
lock.
Sir, your
Yeah, where
caps
you-
lock is on again. What?
Yeah, it's the tower where you fight chaps.
Oops!
I mean, to be fair though, Echeram in this game speaks in nothing but caps lock.
Yeah.
No,
He's always yelling and screaming.
I don't know. Who
Yeah,
you're
with his
talking
fucking. With his
That's the
gun,
villain.
he's the big brute. He's the guy who's like,
You will die because I'm the bad guy, you see.
about. That just sounds like all of them.
I know, but like, I don't know. His voice is like pitched down a little bit more on the bass.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Joe and I beat this game like months and months ago at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like April or something.
Wow.
So it's been a minute, but I can remember the gameplay.
months.
at the very least.
Don't worry, because I beat it like 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember fucking anything about this game.
Yeah.
So what yeah, before we get into this game, let's sidetrack for a while on some
No,
other
it's
stuff.
not.
What have
No,
you
no,
guys
it's not.
what have you guys been playing lately? Joe, what have you been doing?
Well, I believe since last time have been playing Final Fantasy 16. I know, big surprise for anyone out there. Should be reviewing that quite soon. Assuming someone else beats the game as well.
Yay, 4, you douchebag.
Yeah, sorry.
And,
I'm waiting on my PS5 to get shipped over.
He's got to
from,
play all the other 16 Final Fantasies because he has to play everything in fucking order before
Yeah.
he plays again.
Ugh.
Why you're so mad about that?
Wait a-
Have
wait a-
fun on
he's-
11 and 14.
He's mad for me because I watched Resident Evil a week early, and now I'm not going to remember any of it.
That means you got to watch it next Sunday too.
Fuck that, man. I already watched
Again,
it.
in a similar
Whoa.
thing to the Halo thing I just talked about, I watched the Monster Hunter movie like the night before we reviewed it, and I don't remember fucking anything about that movie like 12 hours later. So
Yeah,
And
right.
it's the same
There's a
director, so
cat.
I imagine.
yeah.
There's a fucking cat in the ship, all fucking random, and
Chef, bro.
it's awful.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
masculine.
I was like,
Ron
God.
Perlman has a fucking a beard around his entire head.
Yeah, yeah, he's he's the cowardly lion. Mila Jovovich is knocked out at least 6 times.
Yeah, and
throughout the course of the movie.
And
A
her husband-
horrifying scene where guys get eaten by spiders.
yeah, and her husband loves shaking her around in the car. That happens at least twice, if I remember correctly, where the car gets flipped and it's like a slow-mo scene, and I'm like, what?
There's
many
some
fucking
sort
times?
of there's some sort of dragon dinosaur thing that I couldn't possibly remember the name of, but every
The
dragon,
Raphalos.
every Monster Hunter fan will be mad at me for not being able to remember the name of this unrecognizable design of the dinosaur.
This looks
Are
like
you
a-
kidding? You can't recognize that this mass of black triangles is actually a Gagankasapukin? Come on, man. Didn't you
Yeah.
play Monster Hunter? And I'm like, no, I play good games, but
You're like,
that's
no,
beside
it
the
just
point.
looks like a gay T-Rex to me. I don't know. I mean, I like the real T-Rex, but not this one. Yeah, that movie sucks. But this guy.
I wish
kinda,
this wasn't After Dark so we could make the episode named Gay T-Rex.
Yeah. The freaking man, yeah, that director, he's like obsessed with his. I know it's his wife, but he's really obsessed with like, check out how hot my
Biggest-
wife is. I bet on
The
set
biggest.
all day he's like, hey, check it out. I'm gonna fill her holes later on.
Yeah,
You
but-
know that? Yeah. Yeah.
Also, she gets probably like $500,000 to like $1 million paycheck every time she does one of those movies. That's just coming back at home. That's like an investment.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also the same guy. I just realized it's also the same guy who directed fucking Mortal Kombat, which
It is.
I do like.
Do you think she ever just like says, "I don't want to do these movies," and he's like, "Damn it, Mila, this is our paycheck.
Yeah, it's like, don't
I
make me
make shitty
deport
movies. You act in shitty movies."
you. I pretend to
Weirdly
be
enough-
Paul Anderson, because I am.
Weirdly
technically.
enough, he did not direct Ultraviolet, which is the other movie I know her in.
Yeah. I mean, she's in a bunch of movies, but
Yeah.
a bunch of them are his movies as well.
Yeah.
But he didn't
Well, I
direct
just-
all of the Resi movies either. And honestly, the last few have been pretty bad. And this one, I don't know. This one that I just watched for next week, not as bad. But he definitely obsesses over how hot his wife is, which
I mean,
She
yeah,
is
but I
hot.
mean, I like those movies. I mean, I don't like those movies per se. I do like the nudie scenes with Mila Jovovich, so I can't complain. Really.
yeah, I think in this one we only got secondhand tits, if I remember correctly. a
Secondhand.
guy.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Secondhand tips.
That's what I called it. It was a guy reading a porno mag. I called it secondhand tits. So, go look forward to that. At least they're there. I mean, it's an effort, It's a new era, but they tried.
An effort.
Yeah. It's not the same when you
Joe.
don't have tits.
Just Final Fantasy 16 for you.
No, Zelda Ocarina of Time. I was playing it like 2 minutes before I hopped on this call. I'm in the middle of the water temple. I tried to fight myself. Turns out it's really fucking hard to fight myself without a certain sword. So I just had to backtrack for, I don't know, an hour and a half of gameplay time to go get that sword and then come back to I just barely got back to the water temple. So now
So
I
wait,
know where
you
to
just-
go.
you need the
and I
big
gotta go
Goron sword?
fight myself.
You need the big Goron sword to beat Dark Link?
You either need that or some spell, which I also don't have. So I don't.
Wow.
Anyway, like there is a way to do it if your timing is fucking perfect. Apparently, that's not going to happen with my red, white, yellow into my HD television combination I got going on here. There's no such thing as like really precise timing. Even getting Epona to like jump over a fence is kind of a pain in the dick in this game.
It's automatic.
It's not automatic. You have to have her like hitting a certain speed at a certain time.
With like 2 fences in the entire game, yeah.
The freaking the HDMI conversion is so bad that even the game can't play itself.
It is legitimately a problem. Like that part where you're supposed to be like hitting it back the ball over and over again. That was
yeah, I know. That was-
ridiculously hard.
That was awful.
Yeah. And it's because of the HD thing. I know it is. Like I could feel it being what it is.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing on this television. And I've been playing on the Wii on the television thing many a time, many an old console onto the flat screen TVs. It just doesn't convert with those things.
Yeah, I also blame the controller partially as well. I'm gonna say it. I mean, it's obviously I'm no fan of Nintendo's 64 controller, but I feel like the controller just lends itself to be clunk. But I don't know. Maybe it could be the rate, the transmission rate between the video and the conversion.
I think it is. It's like impossible to really gauge it, and it's not like I'm not bad at these kind of things in other video games. Just like this one, like I don't know. I don't get that.
I mean, I feel like it's 'cause
Anyway,
this video game you actually have to play, unlike Nier Automata and Bloodborne.
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry,
fuck
what
yourself,
was
Zach.
What was that game?
I had a stroke. It was
Near
really-
Automanomina?
Near auto asphyxiation. Yeah, that's a good point, Zach. But
I know.
not
I know it.
always. Not always.
Final Fantasy 16's autoplay feature.
Yeah.
God of War on easy.
Did not use that, by the way.
That's a thing. I was kidding.
No, yeah, there's a video of a guy playing it with literally one hand because there's like a bunch of like auto stuff you can turn on.
You can
I
have
didn't know that.
there's 3 accessory slots, and you get like 5 rings at the beginning of the game, and they're all like auto this, auto that. I think one of them is to like help you block, but not do it for you. I don't know. There's a collection of them. And then I did use the dog one though, because in the middle of the game you get the dog, and the game's like, just so you know, you can use this, and I was like, okay. So I used the dog one, but I did not anything where it had to be like
I can't wait
my
to eventually
character.
play
Didn't
that
use,
game. I'm
did not
excited.
use during the campaign.
I
So-
can't wait to eventually play this game when it comes out on PC later this year. That'll be cool.
So,
Until then,
only those 2 games then, Joe?
Yep. Just trying to go through and
Nice.
beat the Water Temple in Zelda, which is really long.
Everybody
I,
needs the Water Temple.
how much fun you having with those iron boots, having to pause the game every time to put them on?
I mean, here's the deal. This is what I told myself. I was like, look, I'm not going to even try with the Water Temple. Okay, the Fire Temple already gave me enough grief. I was like, I'm just going to fucking follow a guide. And I love going and seeing like people's reactions, because I'll just go on YouTube and see someone else beat it and like try to get to the next spot or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll see other people's reactions, be like, "Oh, that fucking key! I could never find that fucking key," and I can understand why. There's like a key that pops up after like you lift this platform, but it's not that clear that there's a hole underneath the platform. So you just kind of think that there's spikes in the water and that you can't go anywhere. So I can understand people missing that key. Like, and it's multi-leveled and it's pretty complex. Like, this would have been like quite a few hours.
Like
just to get where I am right now.
They add little lines on the walls in the 3DS remake that like point you to where the different switches are to raise and lower the water level. But even then, it's still a pain in the ass.
Well, I'm playing this. This is the N64 one.
No,
on
I
the
know.
Wii.
I'm saying like even when they
Yeah.
made it easier later, it's still a giant chore. To
Yeah,
get through this
it's
dungeon.
a really. I mean, just following a guide doing it is like.
Hard
It
enough.
Yeah.
takes forever to get to the next spot or whatever. You have to keep on lowering and raising the water level. Anyway. So yeah, I've been playing Zelda and I just don't give a fuck. I'm just fucking following the guide for that water temple. And it was complained about way too long for too much of my life for me to even give it a
Yeah,
shot.
I mean,
Trying.
honestly though, I'll give you that's fair. Like,
knowing
it is what
that
it is. Like,
knowing that if you miss a key in a certain spot, you can lock yourself out of it or something, which is like crazy. So
Yeah, it's
I was like, fuck that.
They had really bad water temples for a long time in those games. There's that one, which is infamous, but also Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask is also not very good. And the one in Twilight Princess is pretty shitty as well.
oh, cool. So the 3 Zelda games we're playing.
Yeah.
Dude,
the worst one, the worst fucking
Dude.
temple.
even following a guide though, I didn't know about that fucking sword thing. When I got to fighting myself, I was like, how the fuck do I beat this guy? What the fuck? He's just mirroring everything I do. I occasionally get a hit on him. That was driving me fucking nuts. So I had to go on there and it was like, well, the official ways to beat this or with the sword or with the mega hammer or whatever, which I also don't have.
You got the hammer in the fire temple.
I got a hammer. I don't think it doesn't hit him, so I don't know how the fuck they're using the hammer.
I've heard people say
first off, it takes 5 fucking minutes to get back to that guy from the beginning of the temple, so it's a real pain in the ass to be like, fuck, better retry. So I have to go all the way back there, come back there. Yeah, I tried one battle with the hammer. I'm not trying it again. Fuck that shit.
So you just went and did the entire trade quest to get the big Goron sword instead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just barely got done doing that, so.
I will say, when you get to the final boss, you can use the big Goron sword on him, but when the final part of the battle happens, if you don't use the Master Sword, you can't kill him. I remember as a kid, trying to kill him with the big Goron sword, and it just doesn't let you. You have to use the Master Sword for that.
That's stupid.
I'm just letting you know, in case you want to use the big Goron sword for the rest of the game, which you
I was
probably do
told-
because it's great.
I was told this was one of the greatest games of all time. That's what
It
I was
is.
told. Yeah.
It still is one of the greatest games of all time, Joe.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that this still holds up. I haven't started playing it again yet, but when I played it a decade ago on the 3DS, I was like, yeah, this game still fucks really hard.
Yeah, you got to play all 7 of the other ones first, right?
Yeah, then you can really appreciate it. I mean, I played the first
Is
one.
this because I'm playing the God of War game? Okay.
Yeah, that's...
No, it's because you're doing the God of War, the Resident Evil.
Okay, the Resident Evil ones are movies. The movies aren't going to take very long. In terms of God of War Ragnarok, I figured I'd have to play the first one of the new God of Wars to understand what's going on. And then, because they're super short, I thought, well, I might as well play the first 3 normal ones. So that way I kind of have a good idea of where this series started and where it came to in the new one.
Well, just so you know, though, they do reference Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus in Ragnarok. So
Uh-oh.
Oh,
you're
no.
probably going to have to play those too. They're pretty
Well,
short.
shit, you shouldn't have said anything.
There's actually a good segue. A4, what have you been playing this week?
Yeah, what have you been
playing-
up to?
God of War 2018.
Is that it?
I'm almost done. I opened up the thing to Jotunheim. So I think
I
I'm
don't
close
know what
to the
that
end.
is. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But I have been doing a lot of the side stuff.
Did you
I
do
just-
the Valkyries? You fighting those?
I am trying to, yeah.
Whores?
I got up to the top of Muspelheim. I have not done Niflheim yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah, good luck with the fucking bitch at the top of.
Trust me, I tried
dude.
fighting her a couple times. I know. Don't
She's
worry.
not the last one though. There's another, and that one is crazy. That one I was screaming at.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and beat all the Valkyries. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna give it my best fucking shot.
The other one is really fun though. The mist area. That one's really cool because you're getting poisoned the whole time.
Oh, Niflheim.
Yeah, and it's you just gotta fucking destroy. You gotta fuck hard in that thing. And
Is it
your
the same
health is
thing as
dropping.
Muspelheim, where it's just a bunch of combat challenges?
No, you gotta you it's crazy because you have to build your own new set of armor that withstands the poison that's in the air, and you slowly fight your way through everything to the point where you basically clear it all in one go, and then you I think there's points that you unlock, and then you can open up secret treasures and stuff. It's a cool arena style thing. It's pretty badass.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I'm gonna do Niflheim. I just haven't done it yet.
The Muspelheim ones in the new one is really cool too. It's how they did it was awesome. There's some real cunt challenges in there, but it's a good time. It's a good cunt,
I mean, I want to do that stuff because I'm assuming that's how I get the I'm assuming that's how I get the what do you call it? The resources to craft the final Chaos Flame and Eternal Frost or whatever the fuck you use to upgrade your fucking axe and the Blades of Chaos.
Yeah, there's some of that. It also unlocks.
I'm like one tier away from getting those up to max.
Nice. Cool.
Because I basically explored most, if not all, of the Lake of Nine at this point, and cleared out most of Helheim, Muspelheim, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm having fun. As much grief as I give this game, I am having fun with it. So, and I've just been playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6. Other than that, just kind of doing odd matches here and there to try and get my fucking kudos up, so I can get the. Because the nice thing about the battle pass with this one is if you get up to the maximum level, you earn enough of the premium currency to buy the next battle pass for free.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Nice. Zach, what about you?
So, some Ocarina of Time. I haven't got to go back into God of War Ragnarok yet, but I'm going to this week.
Take your time.
I will. I did play some more Starship Troopers Extermination, which is very fun. Like I was saying last episode,
Are you doing your part?
I am doing my part.
Okay.
There's like a so eventually they're getting a horde mode, which is sweet. Right now they have one that's like you're like you're getting gas and you're getting mineral or ore off this planet because like that helps you like craft and shit. But while you're playing, you'll get things that are like, oh, like go, like if you accept a mission, it's like go grab this ore, and so you got to go and you get attacked by the bugs, or it's like exterminate 60 bugs. You have to like go like where they're at now on the map, and you have to like start doing it. But it's fun, and like seriously, the best part of the game is the last bit of each level where it's you build up your base and you have to defend this. It's called the Ark. So you defend it, and then as soon as you collect everything, like it gets like 100% of like what it's extracting. Then they say you're leaving the planet. So it's like they out wherever. Like me and Cameron played a match where the lifeboat was too fucking far away. Like it was like more than double the map away from us, and we had to run there with like everyone else. And usually everybody makes it to the boat unless you're a moron, because they turn off spawns at this point, and so it's just a shit ton of arachnids, and you're just running. But only 5 people made it to the boat on that one because it was so far away. Like I ran and I finally got there, and I got there just in time to watch it lift off without me. I was like, fuck.
Like, man, I used to say only morons didn't make it, but shit, now
Yeah,
I'm left
so-
behind.
So it was just crazy because like only 5 people made it on, and we're like, everyone's like, oh, what the fuck? Because like, yeah, there's the longest one I've ever had to like run for on that. But it's super fun. And then actually, I taught a couple former hosts talk me into downloading Battle Bits, which is a Roblox.
Yeah, that's blown up a lot.
Yeah,
Recently.
it's Battlefield, but it's what Battlefield should be.
Good.
Yeah, but it's like super low, like graphic wise, because it's like Roblox characters. Like you look like Roblox. The map's fully just like you can destroy the entire map. Like me and Craig died because I was rapping like healing myself. So I ran into this building, and then he was in there, and he was like sniping out the top, and someone bombed it, and the entire building went through, and it killed like us two and like 4 other players. But it's like 127 via 127 on the biggest map, or 147 via 147.
Yeah, the downside being
But
your
it's-
Lego characters, but
Yeah.
No, dude, it's fun. Like it's actually fun. I was talking so much shit on it, but I was having a lot of fun.
yeah, I've seen Jace play it. It seems alright.
It's fun. It's pretty fun.
It's like everything he plays is like a ripoff of everything I used to play. He's like playing gun game on like Shipyard and in Fortnite, and I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, oh yeah, I love Shipyard, and I was like, you don't know Shipyard. Shut your fucking mouth. You haven't been in the trenches on a fucking.
I'll show you
hardcore-
Shipyard.
Yeah, hardcore Shipyard. Can't even fucking
feel like-
blink before you die again.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
when Fortnite will reach its peak of redoing things is as soon as it makes a Blood Gulch
Yeah,
on Fortnite.
they
Then I
already.
think
No, it's
that-
going to be when you can play Fortnite in Fortnite.
Yeah, like you find a little Fortnite arcade, and it's like a slightly less graphically intense version of the game.
So one of the
Slightly.
older mechanics at my job started playing, like it was a few years ago, so he's been playing for a few years now. But he did it as a way to bond with his daughter. And now his daughter stopped playing Fortnite, but he's like, man, I gotta kill those little bastards. And he's just got this like slow southern accent, and I'm like, dude, how's Fortnite? And he goes, fucking kids, man, can't keep up, those little fucks can't win for shit. And it's just it's a nice little bonding time for me and him.
I hopped
Oh my
up
God.
on Mountain Dew and fucking
It's funny.
Adderall or whatever.
Or
Yeah,
is it like so? He's recently like moved to Hawaii, but one of the last times we talked about it, he was like, I was like, "How's Fortnite treating?" He's like, "Oh man, I keep getting my ass kicked. Gonna start smoking again. These fucking little bastards." And I was like, "Oh."
yeah, those damn kids. Oh yeah, they're rough. No, I mean on that Fortnite, they fuck you up.
Fucking funny.
Imagine taking up smoking again because
of
I just take up
Fortnite.
smoking again. Fortnite, 11-year-olds.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. But anyway, that's all I played. So this week.
Fortnite 11-year-olds, assholes, All of them.
All of them.
No, not like that. Oh God! Don't call the cops.
Yeah, not like Joe. Not like Joe's.
Not red
search
dot, not
history.
red dot, asshole. Like a
For the age of consent everywhere.
yeah, not age of
You know the-
consent, not .com.
You know, the
asshole.
That's his
FBI
fucking-
saw that.
That's
and
his
they were like,
X-Men. That's his X-Men mutant powers. He just knows where what the age of consent is all over the world and
Fucking no,
worlds
dude.
beyond.
Yeah.
The fucking FBI saw that. They're like, Joseph Tagolier, super pedophile.
we like to
We
bring
need to send him. We need to send him to the sun where the age of consent is 0. Then he'll get in trouble.
we need to bring Joe with us to all the foreign missions just so we know where the limit is. Hey Joe,
All right.
what's
right,
the
Joe, what
age
is
of
it?
consent to
No,
where are we
it's
again?
All right, get back on the plane.
No, it's like X. Like he walks on the plane. He's like 16, and then just like turns around and walks away. Yeah.
All right, boys, let's hit the streets.
The fucking X-Men theme plays. It's like it's the opening with like Jubilee and they're all jumping around and doing their powers and then Joe is just like it just has a number 16
Yeah,
up
it's
next
like
to
all the numbers, like all the different characters as it goes in. He's like, no, yes, no.
Yeah, and the rest of the crew. It just shows the rest of the crew walking into like a high school.
his fucking X-Men name is Jailbait.
Oh man, no, it can't be jailbait because it's illegal. Oh man, Zach's face
Look-
is stuck in a great one right now.
Not for us, but no, I mean I was just trying to because like, you know, the X-Men names are always something like, ooh, Nightcrawler, Jubilee. I can't think of one of that for like fucking underage girls.
No,
but I mean,
Jailbait's good. Jailbait's a fucking funny one. I think that's way funny.
Yeah, there we go.
Interesting.
Spandex, like X-Men spandex, just like BDSM looking gear. Like he's got like a ball gag as a necklace right there.
Yeah.
Josh Weiss, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Final Fantasy 16 pretty much exclusively, not in as much as I should
is that
have.
the age of consent in that game?
Yeah, I think so.
There's
think
sex
so.
scenes in that game, right? Like,
No, not so far. They're pretty
Okay.
boring. It's Game of Thrones except for that. So
okay, never
No,
mind. I thought I
like
heard
the big draw. Is
He's
like,
not
like-
there yet.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure.
there
I'm
is
sure
one.
Ice and Fire will meet, like
And
just
the
like in
ice
Game of
and
Thrones.
fire.
Remember to only go after the dominant, and that is her clitoris.
Yeah. The clitoris and only the clitoris. No,
I hope, like-
fool, that's the G spot. And he just like gets fucking frozen, and shatters.
I just hope like while he's in there, he just like before he comes, he's like ultimate. He just like
Yeah.
fades off in the top.
No, I just wanted to be like super steamy. Like that should be the sex scene. Like ooh,
No,
it's like tempering
No,
a blade with water. Just
no.
like
Instead of
fucking-
Ultima, before he comes, he yells out "Spermga."
Yeah. I mean,
So
I don't
Final
know.
Fantasy 16.
Yeah, it's you know, it's game. There's a lot of game things in it. Its gameplay is similar to Devil May Cry 5, so that's probably unexpected for those who don't already know that, because it is.
I'd heard it was kind of like Devil May Cry, yeah.
It's kind of a lot like Devil May Cry.
Well, it's like the dude that did the combat for Devil
Yeah.
May Cry did the combat for 16.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Devil May Cry, but they're not trying to make you gay because the character is just a dude, not like a femme. dude.
So you're telling me
dude.
the combat in this game is like if the combat in God of War 2018 was good. Okay, that's interesting.
Nah, it's actually really different. See, Kratos is an
yeah,
old
it's good.
man.
It's what I said.
He's an old man, so he's slowing down in his old age.
Oh, and that's why he can't see behind him because he's got cataracts.
Yeah, yeah. But he's got a head on his fucking like belt. Why
Yeah,
do you
but that
even need to
doesn't
look?
help me when I can't see. He's just like turn around. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, I mean that's how you know. That's how
Josh,
he knows.
behind you. He does that a lot in this game too.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they have to because you
Or they
can't
talk
see
shit.
shit otherwise.
Or they talk shit when you die, and they're like, "Kill him." It's like, fuck, you should have helped then.
isn't that getting so annoying? Like when you die to the same guy like 6 or 7 times, and everyone's got to have a one-liner. Like the boss is like,
Yes.
"You should have never fucked with me," and he's like, "Brother, off your feet," and then Freya's
Yeah.
like, "Kratos," I'm like, shut
Have
the
you
fuck
considered
up.
it?
What
Have you
I
considered
hate-
a tactical retreat? Then I'm like, have you considered pulling the camera back about 4 feet?
What?
Yeah.
The
Have you
thing that I
considered
hate-
shutting the fuck up?
The thing I hate about this game of Ragnarok, and I do hate something about it, is the amount of times I'm exploring and I hear, "Oh, did you look at the room over there and you go try to climb that?" Like, shut the fuck up! I know where I'm supposed to go.
What's
I
that glowing
know.
thing?
I know what I'm supposed
That's what
to be
everyone.
doing.
That's what everyone was talking about when this game first came out. Is like,
But-
wow, they literally just don't let you solve any
Yeah,
puzzles
it's
in
like
this game.
shut the fuck up. Let me play the game. Well,
Which
it's like,
the first
you know,
game's kind of like that too, but it's a little
well, it's
more.
like, give me the
subdued.
option. Give me the option to turn that off. Because, like,
Yeah.
they did it. I read an interview that they did with the kid that voices Atreus, and he was actually playing the game. And they're like, how do you feel about your voice acting? He's like, he's like, or how do you hear about hearing your voice? And he's like, oh, I hate it. Because all I hear is myself telling me where to go on that game. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's annoying, huh?
Like the only accessibility option you can't turn off is if you're full retard.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's
come on,
so
everyone's
cool.
retarded. You can't attend. We'll solve it for you. You can be.
That's
you can,
Sony Santa Monica's new fucking motto is
Yeah.
Sony Santa Monica. Everyone's retarded.
Yeah, like you can be retarded with only one hand. You can be retarded with no hands. You can be retarded with one blind eye. You can be retarded with two blind eyes. But god damn it, if you're playing this game, you're retarded, and we know it. It's like
Just-
fuck, man. Like literally everything else you can turn off. Like if you're almost blind, you can make this fucking game like blobby squares like move around and fight each other, and you could play this motherfucker, but you can't turn off the endless hints. It's like,
all I want is the
God.
hits. All I want is them gone. Yeah, seriously.
There
that's
was
all I
one that
want.
they weren't talking though, and I was like, okay, I can't figure this one out. I'm like,
The one time.
I
Yeah.
was like, can you guys help out here? Like, I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm like, sure.
That'll happen to me. That'll happen to me too. Like it's not as bad in the first game, but it'll be the thing where it's like I'm trying to open a Nornir chest, so I'm trying to find those 3 seals, and I'm like, I found 2. I don't know where the third one is, and then I got to look it up, and I'm like, oh, it's on like a fucking pillar out in the lake, not even on this island. Cool, great,
There was
awesome.
one that was pissing me off in Ragnarok, and I was like, I couldn't find it, and I was like, where the fuck is it? And I was like looking everywhere, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, you know what? I'm leaving. So I went to leave this cave, and I looked to my left, and it was like all the way at the end of this crevice. I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
Fuck this fucking game.
Yeah, some of them were crazy in Ragnarok. But
All right, so just Final Fantasy 16 then.
yeah, I played. I guess I played a little bit of Fortnite with the boy,
Nice.
but that's about it. I think. I don't think I've really been playing. I haven't been playing much at all lately. Just been.
Well, I mean, yeah, it seems like you've been really busy, like especially with like, you know, like the floor repairs and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I mean that's literally been like the last 2 days. So like, I don't know what my problem is. It's like I got a deadline and I'm like, I'll watch this movie a week early. Meh. You know, because to me I was like, oh yes, the true path was victorious. The break the game reviews up with a movie review. But then I did remember, oh, I want to watch all 700 fucking Resident Evil movies before I watch
Man, I have
this one.
3 of them, and they're like what, 2 hours tops a piece.
Yeah,
I can do
that-
that this week.
That's the one
But
nice
that's what you
thing.
did it last week. You're talking shit about it, but you didn't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I can do it this week.
because it wasn't due.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't
see,
due.
The nice thing about these movies, at least this last one, it doesn't like it's only 90 minutes and it's kind of fast, so it's kind of nice. Some of these fucking things drag and they're excessively long. Even if they are only 90 minutes, they feel like an eternity. But I don't know.
Sounds like the Chun-Li movie, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
yeah.
We're talking about a movie.
She's coming to FanX up here in Salt Lake, and I'm really tempted to get a signature, try to sign something for Nude Clan.
Yeah. Nude Clan's,
Because I think
Buy a
it's
copy of the fucking DVD for Legend of Chun-Li.
Nude Clan's
No,
number
no.
one fan. Get her to sign it as that. Nude Clan's number one fan.
And she'll watch
Print,
it.
print,
and just freak the
print
fuck
out a
And then
print
she'll
out
hear
a
you
uh,
going like, everyone's retarded.
print
That
print
should
out
go over well.
Yeah.
print out a text transcript of the episode where we review The Legend of Chun-Li and have her sign
Never
it.
sign it. All right, so we know what everyone's been playing this week.
Yeah, but the real question is the only question, the one that Zach was going to ask, but I interrupted him. Has anyone beaten the game this week?
Because you have the soundboard.
that's why I stopped because it has the soundboard.
Yes.
What have you beaten?
Final Fantasy 16.
16. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love the we're going to try to do it twice routine. And then you beat it, and you're like, yeah, just kidding. You got 4 days.
No, that's not how that went down.
Yeah.
And you
Sure.
fucking know it.
Sure.
We looked at the dates, and then I was like, well, can you do it this Saturday? And the answer was no. I said, well, next Saturday.
Yeah, the options were, all right, you can do it in either 2 weeks or in 6 months. What's it going to be?
basically.
And I'm like, well, I'm not going to delay that. I'm not going to be the guy that delayed it for 6 months.
Sorry, I have to work on the 29th, and then I'm doing a concert with my mom on the 5th.
What are you guys gonna see?
Sorry, man. It wouldn't be until the 12th of September or whatever the fuck.
Fucking
He's
God.
taking his mom to see
12th
Cannibal
of
Corpse.
August. 12th of August. Sorry.
Yeah, you said September last time, too, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it was an accident because August doesn't exist in my brain.
Yeah, he hates the 8th month.
I guess. No, yeah. So it would be 4 weeks out further otherwise.
That was the month that one kid sat on you in weight class.
Yeah.
August is just a no go for me. You got to take it off. That's why you quit. We're gonna look back, and every time you quit the show, it's always August.
Every time I quit the show,
Yeah, every
all the
one
times.
all the one times you quit, it's August
I feel like it's been 3 at this
forever
point,
and
but I don't know.
always. Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
cool. FF16. I did not beat anything yet.
where the fuck are you in that game?
I am in the sand place. I just finished the last of the optional quests, and I did go back and do that one mega hunt. That was I almost got the 50,000 trophy on him, the 50,000 stagger damage, but I didn't. I got
That
48.
trophy's. You shouldn't even worry about that trophy. It's easy to get as you go along.
Oh, okay. The parries,
Yeah.
man, they fucking it's awesome. But yeah, so I did all the side quests there, and I'm about ready to do the main quest again, and that's where I turned it off.
Oof.
So
You still got a bit, I think.
yeah, it says I'm 71%.
What? Oh, yeah. What? How many hours are you into it?
34, 32, something like that.
You gonna pull 25 hours out of your ass between now and Saturday?
I am gonna
Yeah,
fucking try.
Joe has a concert with his mother.
Yeah,
And
if
he
I
can't
do,
miss that.
if I do 6 hours today and tomorrow, then I only have to do 3 hours. for
What?
next. Wait. 6, 12.
No, Schweiss. Here's the problem.
9,
If you are clearing every quest like I did,
21.
I was at 60 something hours when I beat it.
All right.
You're probably playing on a harder difficulty than Joe is too.
No, we're playing at the same fucking difficulty. There's only one difficulty in this fucking game.
Yeah, but there are
Yeah, but
rings
he's probably-
of power.
Yeah, he probably has one less ring on than you did.
He might have not have the dog one on.
Yeah, I don't have any of them on. Unless it auto put them on me because when I optimized,
No.
but I don't think it did.
That's what's he's gonna be the games like, oh, I didn't have the I didn't put these rings on myself.
Yeah, it's like when
Okay.
I changed the difficulty in Stranger of Paradise and I didn't save, and then when I came back, I was like, man, I fucking smashed that guy.
Dude,
And then I pull it up, I was like, oh fuck.
I say 20 hours. I think you have 30 hours.
All right.
You're 30 something hours into it. I think you have 30 hours left.
You gotta pull a Cameron when he played what's it called?
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Yeah, I
A game that broke Cameron.
that's true. He was never the same
I mean-
after that.
Feel free to come over to my place on a Monday.
There's literally
Not
only
on a Tuesday though.
one Monday left. Oh, to review?
Yeah, to review.
That drive.
I would take the day off.
Oh, that drive is so long. It's so
Oh
much longer
yeah,
than I
tell me
thought.
about it.
Like 3.5 hours, right?
Tell me about that drive, Schweiss.
It's pretty
The one that I
brutal.
took every fucking week or every other week for you.
Yeah.
To just and my favorite thing is when you've lost a piece of equipment when I've gotten there and then we can't record. That's my favorite.
Hey, in my defense, you were already up there.
Your defense?
Yeah, in my
Yeah,
defense.
it's called bonding time, Joe. You guys
Yeah.
get to bond, then you get to just hang
we
out.
bond
There's
while
no...
frantically searching and tearing my house apart. Brings us
Yeah,
closer.
while I get more and more angry
yeah,
while I'm
exactly.
there. Yeah.
So I got to do.
In fact, he loves missing equipment so much he takes one of my pieces of equipment back home with him when he comes over here.
It's like, yeah, how does it feel now, huh? Somebody taking
Yeah.
your stuff. Yeah, I do have that hanging out right here.
So yeah, you can do it on one of the Mondays.
I think it's
I can
still
get one
here.
of the Mondays off easier than
Well,
taking this
not
or
like,
changing my
I'm
Saturday
happy to
plan.
talk about Ultimate Final Fantasy shit, but this is
Anybody
And
else beat a
winner-
game?
No,
Yeah.
we said no. Oh, Joe beat it.
Okay.
Or A4 beat a game,
What'd
really?
you beat?
Wow, how fucking dare you? I beat Red Earth.
Come on. That's
You
not
didn't
a
say
real
you were
thing.
playing any other games. That's why I was asking.
So, I mean, I didn't feel like I needed to bring up the Capcom Fighting Collection, which I got on sale a couple weeks ago, because I've just been mostly dicking around with Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. But I did beat Red Earth in that game, which is like a one-player fighting game where you fight a bunch of bosses. That was it. I beat Red Earth.
All right. Never heard of it. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
don't
real.
worry. Yeah, don't worry. It exists, but no one heard of it.
Cool. Well, Halo Infinite is a 2021 first-person shooter game developed by 343 Industries and published by Xbox
Isn't
Game
isn't that
Studios.
pronounced 343?
I believe it's pronounced Halo Grappling It.
Oh, so I'm sorry.
I did nothing but wrong so far on this.
It is the sixth game in the Halo series, or sixth main game in the Halo series, and it's technically the sequel to Halo 5 Guardians. Does the game realize that? Not
No.
really. Which, hey, considering that no one liked the story of Halo 5, maybe not such a bad thing. Apparently it was going to be like the third part of like what they were calling the Reclaimer saga, and it was going to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
And then when everybody hated Halo 5's campaign, they just decided, okay, we're going to focus back on Master Chief on our next one. And that actually quite a big gap between Halo 5 and Halo 6. I think it was like 6 years. But yeah, this is technically the sixth Halo game. I didn't realize that when it was coming out. I thought it was like a multiplayer spin-off thing because everybody was just talking about the multiplayer which they released. And like they weren't really talking about like how it was the sixth Halo.
Well, the name
But
Halo
because of
Infinite
the
doesn't really denote that it's like a numbered sequel.
No, it
Well,
sounds
that's
like
what,
Halo
uh,
Destiny.
The multiplayer
Yeah.
is free. The multiplayer was the free thing.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to have bought the base game to play it. Like on Steam, I just downloaded the Infinite or the
Yep.
multiplayer and played.
We played a bunch of that.
Yeah, we
Back
did.
in the
I
day.
really enjoy the online.
Yeah, it's fun.
Honestly though, the game originally came out on like when I had COVID, so that's what I did as I was dying of COVID the first time.
Did you get COVID
Play.
more than once?
I got it twice.
Damn,
Joe-
dude.
Loser.
Yeah, Joe brought me a PlayStation when I had COVID.
Damn.
That's right. I did.
Was that the one with
'Cause I-
For Bad Boys.
Oh, was it Bad Boys? I thought it was Cooters.
And Hooters. It was both.
Cooters.
No, it was,
Oh.
it was
No,
just
I
Hooters.
think it was just Hooters.
It was
You're
just
right.
Hooters.
Whoops. My brain is not working today. Probably because I'm drunk.
Probably.
So anyway, they decided to take a lot of inspiration from Zelda Breath of the Wild and try to make like an open world version of Halo.
That is a
Yeah.
very dumb thing if that was like what's written on there because
It is.
Breath of the Wild's wasn't the first like open world game, so to be like
No,
oh,
but it's
they-
like
It
big.
did sort of like
It takes
reinvent-
Zelda and then reinvents Zelda. Zelda was a
Yeah.
beloved
okay,
franchise.
I guess that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay.
So they were like, well, let's make an open world version of it, you know? The game was written by Paul Crocker, who doesn't have a Wikipedia page, so I don't know who he is. And no more Googling past that. I
Is
refuse.
that Mr. Crocker from the Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah. It's part of the the Betty Crocker family.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That
Betty's
character's name is
great-grandson.
the one
Yeah.
from the Fairly Odd Parents is named Denzel Crocker. I'm sorry. I
He
fucked
put
that
the-
up.
Well,
He put the syrup in the Halo franchise.
he
I
probably
really
got
made
cut
it
off.
sweet, bro.
He got cut off by the Betty Crocker family, and he had to make his own way. So he wrote a Halo game.
Yeah,
They
he wrote a Halo game after his failed food entrepreneurship of.
He's like, "Fuck you guys. I'm going into Bisco."
yeah. No, I was thinking Hamburger Helper. You know.
It had a ton of like issues behind the scenes, like having to do with like the business of
Too many
Microsoft and contracts that were like fucking up and technical issues with the old game engine that they were still using. Apparently, like one of the tools that they use to make the Halo games has been in use the entire Halo series.
Oh
Um,
Jesus!
So like, there's some people that like didn't know how to use the thing. I guess I don't know. I don't really understand the details of this stuff, but yeah, old technology was getting in the way of a lot of stuff.
And this shooter game was made in 2021 on Microsoft PowerPoint, and
One of the old lead guys for the original Halo series came back to help with this one, Joseph Staten, and became one of the project leads for Halo Infinite. Yeah, they eventually came out, and it was really well received. Yeah, that's a brief overview of the development. I think it was well received when it came out. I heard a lot of people talking like, "Hey, Halo Infinite's actually really good." Then I find out in the middle of the Halo 5 campaign that it's actually Halo 6.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. And so yeah, now the story is that in the middle of a battle in space, somewhere there's just battling, Master Chief is thrown out into space by a giant monkey named Atriox.
yeah,
He was the leader of the Banished. And months later, he's found a...
Sorry, he's the main villain in Halo Wars 2. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
but I've no
say we never
knowledge of
played
this
it,
guy
yeah.
from Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So it's just a dude that's really big and scary with a really deep voice. And he throws him out into space. Months later, Master Chief is found and picked up, like he's just floating there. He was picked up by a UNSC pilot who would later find out his name is apparently Fernando, which I totally forgot, but A4 looked it up earlier. And
you literally find out at the end of the game. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, he uses his call signal.
They literally like. By the way, we don't even know what your name is. He's like, my name is Esteban Brandes, like whatever. Yeah.
And it was weird that Halo did a chugga at the end of that, which I thought was a little racist, but
What the fucking mariachi like?
yeah, at the very end. It was weird. But they did it, and you know what? They did it, and that's what counts.
I modded the sombrero onto him the whole game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Gave him Raiden's sombrero outfit from fucking Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, what's it called?
Master
Anyway, so there you
Chief. So the guy wants to flee, but Master Chief just forces the pilot to go back to Zeta Halo, which is like just another ring that they found that has had a lot of shit happen to it.
Yeah,
So-
which I mean makes sense because the series is called Halo. That there
Yeah.
would be multiple Halos.
That's
the
right.
First Halo that's made entirely of hexagons.
So the ring is right now being controlled by the Banished, and Master Chief works to retrieve the AI called the Weapon, which apparently this is the only reference to the last Halo game and what the fuck was going on with that, like everything going down. The Weapon was supposed to kill Cortana and does, but then she was supposed to delete herself and doesn't. She looks kind of like Cortana, but not really. And she is, of course, voice
looks
acted
like
by the same person.
She looks like if Cortana was a geeky guy.
Yeah.
Fuck
you. Just kind of like a geeky guy, you know?
They took Cortana and they turned the teeth slider on her about 5% up.
Yeah, they instead of attaching like 20 little motion pads to her face, they attached like 1,000. Every little quiver, every little like, is
Yeah,
like
the
there.
mocap artist had to wear fucking balls on their gums and their teeth.
Yeah, like everything. She's just
Well,
fucking
I
like
think
like
one of-
a mouthful of those things. It's so weird looking sometimes. I'm like, oh, what's with the mouth? Why is it
Guys,
such a geeky guy?
Guys, I wrote 4 sentences and it's taken me like 12 minutes to get through it.
Sounds like a
think
skill
it's
issue on your part.
interesting that they put the trackers on her massive fucking beaver teeth. I think that was.
They also
Get outta
programmed.
here.
They also programmed her to talk entirely in Marvel movie quotes, where she's like, "He's funny. I like him," and it's like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, they were supposed to put them all on her beaver, not her beaver teeth.
All right.
Fucking idiots.
All right, continue your 4 sentences.
Yeah, sorry.
And
one job.
together, they all work to free the ring from the Banished. All right, there you go.
Well,
There's the
you
log
didn't-
line of the story.
You didn't say the dumbest. This is the part of the story I had a problem with. is I was super fucking stoked to fight Atriox. Because I just think he's got a cool design and he's just a prick. And to me, I think he's kind of cool. But then they bait and switch you. And they're like, oh, he died when Master Chief was floating in space. So you're going to fight Escharam. And it's like, the fuck? I don't know this guy. Like,
Hey,
I feel
guess
like
what,
for me-
Zach?
What?
Good news. They're basically the same character as far as I can fucking tell.
I barely can tell the difference between
No,
They're both
no,
big,
no.
One's a
gravelly voiced
big
gorilla.
giant monkey and
Wasn't
another
cool.
big giant monkey.
It wasn't as cool.
I'm sorry, Zach. None of
Whoa.
us have played Halo Wars 2. We've all had sex before.
Yeah,
I
nobody's
just-
fucking played Halo Wars
You?
2. Come on.
I haven't played Halo Wars 2 either, but I read the lore because I got.
I bought it for my
God.
book.
I read the-
bored and
Oh yeah,
dropped
you're
it.
defending,
I read the
defending
lore.
you're defending your lack of chastity by saying the line "I read the lore."
I fuck. I don't need this.
Prove it.
From you.
Prove that you fuck.
Prove it, lore master.
Yeah, look up the
Anyway.
lore of when you last had sex, you fucking virgin.
Yeah.
We had to break in the king size bed. So suck it. Also, that bed is not going to heaven after the things that was done on that bed. Anyway,
Speaking of breaking in beds, I really need to draw porn of Superman literally breaking the bed, fucking tomboy Lois from the new show.
Anyway,
that's beside
I
the point.
wanted Atriox to be the villain really bad because I thought Halo Infinite was going to be the end of a trilogy that was so fucking disjointed that we didn't know what was going to happen because he beat the villain in 4. He beat the villain in 5, and they're not fucking connected. There's not like, I think it's kind of.
By the way-
connected. But shut up. But they're not like fully connected. And then Halo Infinite's like, hey, this villain that we like gassed up from Halo Wars 2 and in these like books and shit, and we made this huge threat in this universe.
What do you read?
Is not gonna
'cause
be
I'm
the
straight.
villain. That's not true. You like. No, I'm not even gonna fight.
What's the fucking difference between
Then-
Zach
You
saying
like
this
dick?
shit and you going into Clone Wars shit?
Yeah. So then.
Fucking child. Let Zach talk.
So then, thank you. So then, they come in and you're like, oh, this big villain they've been talking the entire game. We get this dude who isn't the same. He's kind of a bitch. Escharam is just like losing control of these people, and he like has a cough every once in a while because like they're like, oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
It's just
the voice actor can't go that deep for that long. He's just
So he
like,
just keeps going. They're like, fuck, we
No,
have
it's because
to animate
the
this.
14 packs a day he has to smoke to get that voice.
yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the bait and switch on that. Like, whatever. But then, like, spoilers, because I don't give a shit if you haven't played this game yet. It's been out since last year. You fucking get... who is it? It's, at the very end credits, you find out Atriox isn't actually dead. He's just looking for shit in the ring, and he
No, wait,
finds
hold on.
something.
That was Atriox at the end?
That was Atriox.
I thought that was Escharum.
No, Escharum is dead because you kill Escharum in the final boss.
I thought there was a thing where he was still alive.
No,
These
it's
two
actually
characters
Atriox.
are completely
thing-
unrecognizable from each other.
No, they're different if you look at their design. The thing is
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
does
don't understand why. I get why. Okay, I get why they didn't finish it off. But this is the 6th game, and you'd think it was going to be the ending to a trilogy. That's what I thought the entire time. Is this was going to end the trilogy? But
It's
once again,
technically-
it's Master Chief going. We killed another person, and there's another ring, which I blew up before, but we're not going to blow this one up.
It's technically not
I
the
just-
6th game. It's technically the infinite game.
Yeah. So you weren't expecting this game to be infinite?
I thought the Infinite was the open world. I thought
Nope.
that is what they were saying. Anyway,
the funny thing
open-ended.
about open worlds
I mean,
is
at the
they're
end of the
rarely
day-
infinite.
at the end of the day, a Halo Infinite 2, or whatever the fuck they're going to call it, Infinites, or whatever.
Halo Wars 3.
Halo
I'm
Finite.
I'm down for another Halo Finite. I'm down for another Halo like this, because the open world is fun. And they better have the grappling hook, and it better be the only option. You better just be able to... They better put a shotgun in there that when you shoot it, a chain comes out when you upgrade it all the way, and you can launch yourself across the map. But, no, just kidding. But
I
like,
like
don't know,
I like
man.
the idea of the grappling hook being the only option where you're just like, the fucking threat sensor, get this
I-
gay shit out of here.
Fuck that. Fuck the shield.
This thing I use for one boss fight in the entire game. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I use the grappling
True.
hook for everything.
That's true.
Actually, I'm sorry,
but-
2 boss fights. You use the threat sensor for 2 boss fights, if you count that guy near the end.
Oh, that would have been really smart of me to use that at the end. of that
Against the
boss
Spartan
fight.
killer, and he's invisible, and I'm like,
I
there's
just-
only one other guy I fought in this entire game that's invisible. I wonder what I should use here.
I didn't use it on
Good
that guy
grappling
either.
hook.
I just sat there like this, and I watched him move, and I was like,
I'm gonna hit
and then
you
I-
eventually.
I know, because you can see him like it's like the Predator, like when the Predator runs in the movies, and you see like it shimmer. That's what I.
Yeah,
thought
you know what makes it
do.
easier to see him in a big dark spaceship is the threat
What?
sensor.
I didn't need the threat sensor because I'm better than you.
Oh, okay,
I
well.
just ran around screaming, shooting my grappling hook and launching me away from across the map to watch him run around. And eventually, every once in a while, I'd grappling hook a fucking thing and be like, BAP! And throw it and blow him up and then shoot at him and then run away. So I
Yeah.
just treated it like a Doom level.
The problem with the
So-
threat sensor for me and Joe is the greatest threats to each other was each other. So like I would kill him so often in this game. I'd power up a big old like exploding shot and he'd just run over there, just or I'd throw those explodey barrels, which is like my favorite pastime. And like there was one where it was like
those fucking things, dude.
it was a
Hey, you-
far throw,
hey,
and
man.
he fucking just like
You mean the exploding barrels that are more frequently found in this game than actual guns?
yeah, than actual ammo and regular weaponry.
You don't need ammo, A4.
No,
when
you
you have
gotta
an
don't.
exploding thing.
You got a grappling hook melee combo. What the fuck
Yeah.
do you need ammo for?
You see,
Yeah,
I
but
You need
would-
ammo for the bosses.
I would like to keep my BR. Thank you.
Nah, BR's Halo 2.
You gotta
So-
use that
Nah, the
GH,
BR is
man.
goated in this fucking game.
Can we say what's good about the story?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It fucking is not
It
Halo
wasn't-
5
Yeah, it wasn't the last two.
and Halo 4, where it's like this overcomplicated, lore bullshit fantasy crap.
I
And
mean, to
it's
be
just
fair,
like,
it did
Ooh,
throw
the
some, like,
didact.
weird
Ooh, and I'm
shit
like,
in
I don't
there.
care about this orange freak.
I mean, it did. It went. This game went back to Halo 1, where it's like we crashed on the ship.
straightforward.
We're fighting the
Ugh.
Covenant or the Banished now, which are the Covenant essentially. We're fighting them to stop the ring, and you're like, it works. It's a
Yep.
tried and true formula.
Yeah, don't fuck with
Yeah.
it.
Meanwhile, Senior Pilot is like, oh gee, I don't know, Master Chief, I don't know if we should. And the Master Chief is like, we're gonna go and fight the banished. It's gonna happen right now.
Thanks, Marty.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Fucking A4.
I didn't think of Rick and Morty
Let's
impression
sit
was
in it.
gonna tank
Let's
this
sit
entire
in it.
episode, but okay.
Yeah.
No, guys. Let's just sit in it.
Yeah, you made.
I
This
don't even like
mess.
that show, but like every time you want to go do
You say
something,
you don't like that show, but you do stupid quotes from it or make fun of it enough that it makes me think you watch it and you're closeted about it.
Okay.
no,
You're in the closet
but
about Rick and Morty.
the point being, every time you want to do something in this game, the pilot is like, oh, I don't want to do this, Chief. We're gonna die. And then Chief's like, fucking get me down there right now. And he's like, okay, but I'm gonna leave as soon as I drop
to
you
be
off.
fair, I can respect his self sense of like self-preservation.
Yeah, self-preservation.
Because A4,
I'm on a planet with a bunch of shit that wants to kill me.
yeah, A4 is like, I'm just gonna no, dude. If I saw a giant monkey person throw the fucking 7-foot augmented human that's been kicking their ass for 20 years, I'm not going down there. I'm
Yeah, well-
flying home.
Dude, I don't care. I'm the Master Chief. I need you to bring the space Uber
Bro, he
around
died.
when I need to be picked up.
You saw him die. That's why the Banished won that fight. Is because the Atriox throws him out, like smashes his head in with his hammer, throws him off, and the humans were like,
What, Master Chief? He
What
didn't
do we
die. He just got
Well,
thrown
no,
into
but
space for a
everyone
while.
He just took a space
Everyone
nap.
else- Everyone else thinks he's dead though until you find them. I mean, like the fact that you're fighting KA4, you're fighting the Banished because you're like, oh, we killed the Covenant 20 years ago, and they're like, no, you didn't. We're here again, and you're like, fuck. So you're fighting them, and the big fucking Goliath man that just like grabs grunts' heads and smashes them is like fighting the Monkey Man, and you're like, oh, he's done this 7 times. He can do it again, and then he just gets knocked the fuck out and thrown out of his ship, and you're like.
Yeah, okay, so the villain of that scenario isn't Atriox, it's outer space.
And so, dude, that's Schweiss's son's villain.
It's the
There's a
OSHA
reason.
compliance on the airlock that allowed him to get thrown out of the fucking ship.
In space.
Out of the
no one can
Infinity or
have-
whatever it's called.
All I'm saying is, A4, if you saw that and you were in that universe and you were fighting, you'd be like, "Fuck this."
But I don't
He
care
died.
about what he wants. I'm the Master Chief. I want to kill the banished. And I
Yeah.
need you to bring the pelican around so I can do that, motherfucker.
In space,
I don't know,
no one can help
I don't
you.
need this guy to be like Scooby-Doo with his knees shaking and like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, you do it for an Echo 216 snack? And he's like, It's like, I don't need that shit in my Halo.
Yeah.
Hard disagree. I think that the trio of Master Chief, the Cortana, who like underlines Master Chief stuff, and then we got like the scaredy cat guy, in which Master Chief kind of underlines all that stuff. I think that's a really good collection of characters.
I
going out
agree.
there
It's
that
annoying
we're
how every
going
time
for.
he's just like,
It's
"Whoa,
also-
I don't know, Senior Master Chief, I don't know if we should be doing this.
Wait. You sound like Mexican Bob from fucking Hateful Eight. Are you calling me a liar? Like, that's exactly what you sounded like in that. Sorry, to me was really funny.
I like the simplicity of this story. I like the fact that that it's not. I don't know. Halo 4 and 5, they just they got too big for their britches, basically. Like,
Well, they added
Halo-
all that bullshit about
Halo
the
2
fucking...
and 3 kind of they deserved, they earned the scaling up of their story. And Halo 4 and 5 I don't think really earned anything. And Halo 5 with more than half the game not even being Master Chief in
Yeah,
it.
that's dog
It
shit.
was it
Well,
was
know what, though?
annoying.
You get vindicated because all of those Spartans are dead. They're all dead.
Well,
Because
no,
if you-
it's the thing that, like,
If you
I
talk
give
to
them...
Escharum,
I
they're
give them
dead.
props for not wanting to do the same thing over and over again and just be like, the Master Chief shoots the aliens with the gun. But, like...
Well, I mean, they
the-
did do that again.
No, I know, but, like, in Halo 4 and 5, they tried to introduce all this other shit with, like, the hard light guns and all these other things, and it's like, okay, you put a new enemy faction in the game or whatever, but they're just chrome and orange, and they all look the same, and it's boring as fucking shit.
You mean
to
the
where,
Flood
like-
did not look the same? The Flood didn't
That's
not look
racist.
like the Flood?
The thing is with the that group of aliens, or the Forerunners or whatever the fuck they were called.
Yeah.
They're not aliens, are they? Yeah, they are, kind of.
Who could
Anyway,
possibly
who
know?
the fuck knows? Anyway, those things, they're not as fun to fight. The
No.
Flood, the Covenant are fun, the Flood are fun, but those things are not fun. And that's kind of the problem with Halo 4. Like, they're hard, they're difficult, they're kind of skill-based, but I wouldn't call that the same kind of fun you get, like, when you're throwing grenades at a grunt or whatever. Like, it's not the same.
I think the best part about fighting the Covenant as well are the reactions you get from enemy factions, whether it be the grunts or the brutes, or like all of their talking is also nice.
Well, yeah,
Because
that's
it
why...
breaks it up. When you fight the robots, they're just like 0-1, 0-1, 0.
Yeah, they don't even, like,
"Oh,
react. You just throw a grenade at them and they go... And then it's like, all right, cool, I guess. And they all look the same because they all have the same
So,
color scheme.
Right, and I did like in this one that it was mostly the banished you fought. Every once in a while, after you awaken that one chick, I can't remember her name, you do get those, like, that robotic faction in there, but it's very sparingly.
It's literally
And you
just
don't-
the sentry turrets.
And yeah, you don't just fight them. No, because you get the little flying monkey things that are like zipping around in there too.
Oh, were those things? I thought those were like a new Covenant thing.
They're not Covenant. They're on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, so, anyway, do you guys have any other thoughts on the story before we give it a score?
I don't like the chapter where Cortana is forced to be mad at you because you had to try and delete her because you thought she was getting compromised, and she spends an entire chapter nagging you. That was annoying as
Yeah,
shit.
she wasn't a very geeky guy then. She was kind of like a
She was kind of like a
PNC guy.
explain
bitchy
that?
woman.
Yeah, so there was a night where Joe and I were playing, and I was like, I don't know, what do you think about this new Cortana? And he's like, I mean, I kind of like her, you know. She's just kind of like reminds me of like a geeky guy. That's what it sounded like you said to me, and I'm like, what? Reminds you of a what now? A geeky guy? And I can't remember what you said.
This geeky, shy. It was like a list item, like geeky,
Uh-huh.
That's
shy.
what, no, here's the
Not a
thing.
geeky guy.
No.
She reminds me of a geeky penis.
Schweiss. This is a Schweiss versus Joe, where Joe is
Who you gonna
canonically
believe?
gay, but is canonically hiding from the closet. So I believe Schweiss in this situation.
Who you gonna believe,
Honestly.
me or him?
Joe is so
Mr.
closeted
Geeky
gay. He doesn't
guy.
have any closets in his in his apartment.
Yeah. He's that afraid of him. Yeah. Yeah, so it was pretty funny. It was a good one, but and then for the remainder of the game, I just every once in a while I'd be like, yeah, just kind of a geeky guy, you know. I like her, a little spunk, a little geeky guy.
All right.
Yeah, what, Keith?
Is the weapon cute?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm Cortana, dude. Like I see Cortana in this game, and I'm like,
Cortana has 12 different designs. How
That's
can we
a
say
phase.
that Cortana
That's a
is
phase.
anything?
Let's just say the weapon is bubbly and cheerful. I would hit it and then never call her back, but I mean, I would hit it.
She's got a
I don't know. I
It's
think
got a-
she's I think she's marriage material.
It's got a
That's
nice
what I
ass.
think.
Got
I
a
think
nice ass for a blue
I don't
chick.
know. I'm attracted to the
Geeky guys.
like the geeky guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's got a schlong like a geeky guy.
She's got like
I don't know.
yeah, she's got the teeth thing. She's a little like I think
That
some of
doesn't
that
bother me,
you
dude.
do
animation.
not
I
wanna-
don't care.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
You do
She's
not
she's a
want
little
blowjob
gummy.
from the weapon.
yeah. Yeah,
It is going to be all teeth.
it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a fucking cheese cutter. Like it just peels and
She's-
curls the top of your dick.
God, she's a little gummy, but I like her spunk. You know, man.
Yeah.
I bet you like her
Yeah.
spunk.
But does
Bet
she
you like
like
her
yours?
No, she was fine. The weapon was fine.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I mean, none of the none of the
I enjoyed
characters,
the
like none of
weapon. I
the
liked the
core.
weapon.
Honestly, none of the core characters I thought were bad. Out of Master Chief, like the three that you're traveling with, weren't bad. Like even the dude being a scaredy cat wasn't bad. Like I know A4's playing it up a little bit, but I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, I do think her mouth is a little much, and like it did kind of bother me, but I don't know.
Would that be in the design department or the story
It's-
department?
it's
I think
more-
it's in the
They-
I mean,
design.
I think it's-
Yep,
I think
A4 just
it's
dropped
so a part of the game that I'm gonna have to downplay the story because of her teeth, man. Like,
Is
I
that,
just-
oh, is that
I can't
right?
pay attention. It's like yeah, there's probably
so-
some lore to why they got so fucking huge from the previous game. Zach, can you
Her teeth are not huge.
Can
It's
you-
her
They're really
gums.
not. They're really not that big. I was just making
Yeah,
a joke because her
she's
her-
got gums, so
Wow.
your lip goes up a little further, like she used to have braces. or
A4, if
something.
you're talking, we can't hear you.
she's got like horse mouth?
I'm going to drive to Discord's headquarters with a gun and kill all of them. This is a real threat. Call the cops.
I suggest not doing that on Twitch.
Yeah. Don't get on Twitch.
Yeah, don't call
Calling it a
don't-
real
In
threat.
Don't call the cops.
Minecraft.
Oh, okay, all right, there we go.
So Joe, the Halo aficionado, the reason we played all these games, what
I just
would
love
you give
these
the
games.
story? No, I'm not saying it wrong. What would you give them?
The story, man, it's hard not to give it like an extra point just for not being Halo for 4 or 5, where they're like too serious. And this one was fun, and it was kind of like back to that good old Halo like 1, 2, 3, where it was like, it's fun. Like Master Chief is like, I don't know, it's just fun. It's just like a cool dude doing cool shit, and the game kind of having a sly smile about it. When like Halo 4 or 5, they're just like way too serious.
Yeah.
And take themselves way too seriously, and then story gets bogged down like they think they're telling this amazing epic, which it's not. Like it's not. No, so this was stripped down, simple, really kind of sparse too, and kind of reminded me of Halo 1, maybe more complicated than that, but wow, yeah, bad guy switch is a little confusing, I guess, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and when I finished the game, I was like, I had a great time. I can't really complain about much. It didn't like blow my mind. It's not like the God of War games, for example, but I think it's really solid, especially for a shooter. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
And if the God of War games are blowing your mind, then you have a very small mind, my friend.
For a video game story, A4?
You have an entire Final Fantasy podcast. I think you know what the high watermark for video game stories is compared to God of War.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you like stories that are very convoluted and sometimes really boring, Final Fantasy's
thing
got
is, you
good stuff, but
with the old Final Fantasies, you kind of do make up a lot of the drama in your head when you're playing it. Like it's little text boxes and sprites
Yeah.
moving around, and you're giving it the weight and maybe the music selling it. But God of War, for being a modern game and like
Yeah, but
I
the
don't
Final
know.
Fantasy games don't have to force characters to be stupid in order to force drama.
They
halfway through the
absolutely
game.
do. They do. Every story ever has done that.
No, not to the point where it's extremely obvious to a person with two brain cells to rub together.
and
but
see,
that's just me.
and like
Is that all you got?
Yes, actually,
they
Two
occasionally
brain cells
collide.
and one extra
it's two more than
chromosome.
you got apparently. So I don't know what.
I don't know, man. Like I love Final Fantasy, but like there's a lot of convolution and a lot of lore that takes part in the story.
The newer ones are really bad about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would give the story of Halo Infinite an 8. I think it's solid. I think it's fun. I think it serves its purpose to facilitate good open world gameplay for the Halo series.
Yeah, I'm giving it an 8. I don't remember much of it, but I did when I was about a quarter of the way through, I was like, man, Halo's back. This is awesome. You know, the story's not stupid. There's
Yeah.
not a bunch of bullshit. There's not a bunch of no-name characters that are, almost as good as Master Chief. That's what I hate about these heroes that they create. They have to like almost one-up themselves to make the threat real. You know what I mean? And so like I've got a bunch of these fucking caches that are almost able to take Master Chief, and it's
Yeah.
like, I
This
just
one
can't
will be
believe it.
played. This one will be played by a mildly famous TV star.
Yeah, and I'm like,
That's what'll make him cool.
yeah, and it's like I don't.
What, you
buy
guys
it.
don't like Nathan Fillion?
I like Nathan Fillion. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
know,
just
I
doing
know.
his Shit.
I know.
Was he
I
actually
will
in that
also-
game? I never actually
He's
looked.
Buck.
Oh
he's
yeah,
Buck.
I thought he was, but I never actually looked.
I don't know. You couldn't look because you couldn't see through your fucking helmet in the last one.
It's okay.
Yeah, I
They're
was like,
all-
"Are you Nathan
they're-
Fillion? I met you once."
I can't see. It's all blurry.
They're
You're a
all
giant.
They're all dead. They're all dead off screen, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion is a big man.
Yeah,
He's a big man.
Yeah, him and
Um,
what's his face? Alan Baldwin. Is that it? Is what his name? Something Baldwin.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the shoot 'em up Baldwin. The other one. Shoot 'em up, rock 'em, sock 'em, cowboys. But yeah, they're both massive freaks of nature. It's insane. But yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it for its simplicity. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I will also give it an 8 because
Adam Baldwin.
because I didn't get to fight Atriox, so I should really give it a 7 because of that. But I'm giving the story an 8 because I didn't fight Atriox.
Nice.
All right.
Gameplay, I'm gonna give a 10. Admittedly, I don't really like the multiplayer in this game. I'll be completely honest. I don't think they
Really?
recovered. Yeah, I don't think they recovered the multiplayer. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't feel like Halo multiplayer to me. Admittedly, I did not play very much of this one, and I barely played any of the last two as well.
Yeah, I think I played more of the multiplayer than you did.
Yeah, you did.
I went in there for like a couple hours and just tried a bunch of different game types. I don't like the menu, but I don't know if I really want to put that in the like multiplayer's fault for like I'm trying to find certain multiplayer types and it's hard to find. I'm sure if you play the game a lot, you know exactly where shit is, but
Yeah. I will also give the gameplay a 10. It's exclusively for the grappling hook.
Yeah.
That's the 10.
Yeah.
That is the fucking 10.
we haven't even really discussed the game, like how it like it's a Halo game. All right, so that's what you need to know. But there is something about it that is just more fun than the last two Halo games. I think probably taking out the Forsaken or whatever the fuck, the Foreigners. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And
build the galactic wall. Keep out the
replacing
foreigners.
them with like more Covenant-esque, like these banished guys, is like weird faction of of the Covenant and all these other things put together. Like you get to fight enemies that are a lot of fun to fight. The boss fights are really challenging. I think this game is like a little higher on the difficulty level as far as all 6 of the Halo games. You know, I think Halo 5 is probably that one's kind of difficult too. But
Yeah.
Halo's This one's a little higher on the difficulty level. Like, I don't think I'd play this on Legendary unless I was like, this is the only thing I did. Um, and the like, it's not just. I think Halo 4 and 5, probably because you couldn't see fucking anything out of your helmet. It was a really horizontal game.
Yeah.
Those two games were really horizontal, and like the areas weren't very memorable, and all that. But this game actually has some verticality to it. It brought that back from the first 3 Halo games.
A lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it, and that open world nature to it. The open world really is just like, it kind of has you go into some buildings and it's almost like a little dungeon or something. Some hallways, but yeah, a lot of it is just on like this giant world map, like a giant multiplayer map of Halo or something like that, like in a giant blood gulch. And you're going through and you're freeing dudes that have been enslaved, and you're trying to take over the Banished, and there's a bunch of like optional places you can go do that, and then there's a bunch of places that are required that you need to do that. You need to take over these bases or whatever, get certain things running, in order to slowly take over this ring. And all the while, like, you have this giant area to explore. And I'd say that again, like, not just horizontally, but also vertically. And your tool for doing that is, of course, the grappling hook, which is
the real main character of this game.
Yeah, it's the hero of this game. This grappling hook in which you can Spider-Man, like Spider-Man going through the buildings of Manhattan, you can go over a fucking mountain and a cliff with this fucking grappling hook. Just fly over everything, and it is beautiful. Beautiful. I love the grappling hook. Everything else is pretty Halo-esque. There's a lot of different weapons in this game, a lot of different vehicles. That open world nature kind of lends itself to, if you really wanted to try a whole bunch of different weapons, you can. But I think most people probably have like their go-tos that they like and they stick with.
Battle rifle.
Yeah.
The open world nature of the game basically makes the entire thing the silent cartographer when you're not funneled into like a linear mission like the ones at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is great because then you just you ride up to a fob, or like you get to a fob, you fast travel there, and then you just spawn in like a fucking warthog or a gun hog, whatever and then you just pick up a bunch of fucking Marines and just drive around and fucking fuck shit up. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is a lot like that silent cartographer map, which of course everyone played the shit out of because it was the map for the demo of Halo 1.
It was also the best level in the game, but
yeah, probably, yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like they made their own kind of Destiny style game. That's what I thought it was going to be more like with the multiplayer aspect, but the single player, even with buddies, it kind of feels the same way. Just a really wide open world, lots of Halo action, and it does feel like Halo again. Like Joe's saying, there's like a low gravity kind of feel to it again that the last ones didn't really have. The last ones are just kind of bullshit.
Well, and the new weapons they added to this one, like, they feel like Halo weapons, even though they're weird as shit, like the fucking...
They feel like Halo Reach weapons. They're, like, kind of off, but they're still Halo-esque. They're not just complete fucking random things.
Like, there's the heat wave that, like, I think that's the one that shoots the fucking, like, 5 shots in a straight line, and then the alt-fire turns it so it's all, like, in a vertical thing, more or less. Then you have, like, what is it, like the combustion cannon or something, where it just fires, like, basically those red exploding balls that kind of, like, bounce a few times.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But, yeah, I really like a lot of the weapons in this game. And they feel very Halo. They feel more Halo. I shit on the hard light weapons so hard in Halo 4 and 5, but that's because they're just boring variants of, like, the guns you're normally using.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to have that kind of, like, variety and sort of go a little bit beyond that and have weird weapons that, like, don't really have an analog to the human weapons. Whereas, like, you know, every Covenant weapon basically has its own... It's like basically an alternate version of, like, the human weapons, but, like, then you have some of these weird ones that don't really have their own version on the human side, which is nice.
Yeah.
Really makes it kind of have a nice sense of variety in terms of the weapon cache you have in this game. And it really does... It feels good to experiment with a lot of them, especially you have the ammo things that refill your ammo as you find them in different like FOBs and different landmarks on the map. But if you can't find one of those and you run out, it's just like, yeah, pick up something new and give it a shot.
It does reward exploration and experimentation outside of like, why would you use anything but the grappling hook as like your secondary little thing or whatever? But I don't know why. Like this whole series, I didn't know how much it needed a grappling hook.
Yeah, totally got it.
I didn't know how much it needed a grappling hook until we got it. And now, by the way, they can't make a Halo game without a grappling hook. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Nope, 100%. If it doesn't have a grappling hook, I don't want it.
It's not Halo anymore. If it's not if there's not a grappling, and when they remaster the old games, they better put a fucking grappling hook in her. I'm gonna be pissed.
They knew the grappling hook was a big deal in this one.
Halo
'cause
1 is a grappling hook.
They knew grappling hook was a big thing in this, because in that first scene where Atriox throws you out of the fucking airlock, like you're trying to grapple back up, and like they show him with the grappling hook like floating in space
This is my new toy.
as a result of that. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. This is the one and only time it'll fail you.
Straight up, I love the gameplay. I was looking forward to it every night that we were playing it.
Oh yeah.
I could have been lost in this game for months if I didn't have like the pressure of other games to beat.
Yeah.
I fucking dug the shit out of this thing. I gave it a 10 out of 10 for gameplay for me.
I'm gonna mirror your 10. It's great gameplay. It's just Halo, but a little bit better because it's got that open world thing. And I wanted to do all the extra side stuff in this. I wanted to find all the Spartan cores and whatnot, and the Forerunner like objects you can scan. There's like a few of them hidden throughout the map.
You could probably make this like a 30-hour campaign.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to do all the extra stuff and like find all the skulls and all the stuff. I just didn't have time. But like, I will definitely go back to this at some point now to do that because it was really fun. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me for sure.
Yeah, I take away a point for the multiplayer, but then I add an extra bonus point for the grappling hook. So I'll keep it at 10.
The multiplayer's good.
I love the multiplayer.
I don't know what you're talking about. Schweiss, I don't think you actually played that much of the multiplayer.
Schweiss has
No,
become a Fortnite dad, and you can't take it away.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's
Yeah.
there. I mean, like, I do agree that the Halo multiplayer is missing the firefight mode from ODST, but every Halo game is, so it's just one of those.
It's also free, so there's not really a whole lot you can complain about.
No, for sure.
I could just not play it, even though it's
Were
free.
you playing with us when we used to play like a shit ton? It was like me, Cameron, Jacob, and Craig.
Yeah.
Like, were you? Yeah, we played a shit ton of that.
We played a lot of this
last
like
fucking
a year.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah. We played a shit ton of that.
I don't know who those people are.
But
There would be like those matches where what's that one big map in like the desert with like the big spire in the middle and it's got like the jump pads and like
everyone gets the sniper rifles.
Well, yeah, but then Cameron would just get on like the fucking flying thing and just try to gun them down while like we all have rockets on the ground. It's just classic Halo. It's fun as shit.
Yeah, that's true. So it looks like we all gave it a 10. It's perfect.
Yeah. What do you guys think about sound and music in this thing?
I give it a 10 as well.
Fucking like the last game, I talked about this on the review. I'm like, they're burying the music, which by itself was great in Halo 5 and Halo 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they're burying it with like so many sound effects. This game, they stripped down the look and they stripped down the soundscape to be like the essentials. And you could hear that score, and the score was fucking good because it was fucking Halo. There were like 4 dudes who made this soundtrack. There wasn't really like one person whose soundtrack this was. Unlike the other games, I believe they had like dedicated composer, but and these are totally different people than the last game, but it still holds the Halo themes and fits right in with the world, and that music is fantastic. And it's also sound mixed well so you can actually hear the fucking music, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, the mix isn't as strong as the remaster of Halo 2, but, you know, deafeningly loud and like, nice. I don't want to hear the gun at all. I don't even want to hear the story. I just want to hear fucking the Halo theme cracking off every time I get into a fight.
I want to hear this Breaking Benjamin song fucking at max volume.
Yeah.
In the Diary of Jane, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's not that song. But okay.
I know it's not, but it's funny. I really liked the background. I've said this before. The background voices, all of the random dialogue you get with the grunts being fucking
grunts are
morons
great.
are hilarious. I mean, everything else. I mean, even like the brutes and the elites have some funny lines, like just randomly. But the grunts definitely steal the show. I feel like, with background speak and just
Oh,
the
yeah.
talk.
You're only delaying my inevitable death.
Yeah, or like when they kill you and they're like, did we do it? Like
Yeah, they're like, what? What?
it's good. And I said it like I think 4 times now. My favorite one is when I couldn't find the one grunt, and I'm searching everywhere, and he's like, "Demon, are you there? Are you still angry?" Like it's just fucking gold, man. It's so good.
The main voice cast is also really
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking
phenomenal.
like making fun of like the dude that does like Atriox, and I'm sure it's the same dude that does Eshrok.
Yeah, but his voice
But
is
it's great.
rumbling.
It's
the
great.
fucking
no,
headphones.
I'm making fun of it, but it's good. Like the voice is so
Yeah.
gravelly and I mean,
But I mean-
for that matter too, Master Chief's voice is also like just the auditory version of like I don't want to say a rumble strip because those are annoying, but like something that's like like ooh, it goes down like a nice fucking like Dr. Pepper and whiskey. Just it's nice and smooth. It's got a little bit of a burn to it, but it's good shit.
Dude, he's coming to FanX here in Utah too, and I'm like, do I pay for the autograph?
Wait, are you saying he's a geeky guy? Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, I'm
Master
saying
Chief isn't a
he's
geeky guy.
the opposite of a geeky guy. He is like he's like
He's a
captain
man's
of the
man.
fucking of the football team times 50.
But I mean, like, sorry, going back to it, voice cast, amazing. Music, amazing. Sound effects are great. I mean, getting the like good punch on a brute or like on a grunt is great.
Yeah,
The weapons, especially in headphones, all sound fucking crisp. I think I already said but yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10 for me for all of the sounds.
10 out of 10 Sound of Music. Yeah.
I'm gonna also mirror your 10. I would like to bring this up because I don't think there's any other time I can bring it up. Schweiss, you know that bug-eyed black lady that's in like all the games? Like she was in Wolfenstein 2 and
She's in Fallen Order.
Modern
She's in Jedi Fallen
Warfare.
Order.
She's in Fallen Order.
Yeah.
She's the voice of the final boss of this game.
Are you
She's the harbinger.
serious?
I'm dead
Really?
serious. I look because I was looking at the credits and I'm like, wait a minute, Deborah Wilson. That's that bitch that's in everything. What the fuck? And like apparently she got a lot of video game roles after like 2015, 2016. She must know someone in the industry. 'Cause
I mean,
she's
well,
in, like,
honestly, though,
everything
she's not a bad voice actress. Honestly.
No, of
And
course
that's-
not. It's just
no, that's the thing is like she's good and she does a great job.
but like before this, she was
So-
known for like Mad TV, and I'm like, how the fuck is she in every video game now? It's so weird.
Sure, I mean, like honestly, it feels like that whole genre. Like, I mean, Mad TV, but I mean, like you know people, you get to know. But that's part of Hollywood, right? Or whatever this is it's connecting. It's having those connections. So
I just thought it was funny that like this is yet another game that she pops up in because
that
like
is
I know
pretty funny.
Schweiss was talking about that like ages ago on.
But
Like,
you
one of the
couldn't tell
episodes.
because the Harbinger didn't have bug eyes, which is weird.
She kind of did.
yeah, they still mocapped her.
Yeah. No, 10 out of 10 for Sound of
Yeah,
Music.
they put
Halo,
dots on her eyes. Is that what you're suggesting?
Halo series has always had amazing, like just immaculate sound mixing and sound engineering.
They fit as many dots on her eyes as they did on Cortana's lips. Just fucking like just wires just coming out of her fucking eyes. Wow, those
yeah,
things
you
are
can-
huge, man. I feel like she got these roles because her eyes are like she could see the opportunity, like from the peripheral.
She can suck
vision,
your
you
dick
know
with
what I
her
mean?
eyes. That's how she's able to get so many roles.
Yeah, I don't
She just
know.
looks at your dick and you come immediately.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's how.
Look, I've never met her.
It sounds
she
like you
doesn't-
have.
No, I haven't met her, and I don't find her attractive. But I'm just saying, those eyes. If she stares at your dick and it's enough to force the cum out of your urethra, I'm just saying, like,
I don't know. I'm looking at like Mad TV stuff. She's pretty attractive when she was younger.
well, I'm sure she was,
Yeah.
But that was like 30.
So you
fucking
call
years
those
ago.
like, but she's just really skinny with big eyes. So yes, I get what
I'm
you're
also
saying.
basing this
But when she's
entirely-
like 20 something and she has those are big, beautiful eyes. A4.
Yes.
That's what. That's how I
look,
feel.
I'm more basing this off of her characters in like recent video games, like Wolfenstein 2 or fucking.
Okay,
Modern Warfare.
yeah, I don't know the references there, so
You don't need to. That's fine.
yeah. All right.
She's very attractive back in the Mad TV days. She kind of reminds me of porn star Kira Noir, who is also very hot. So there's that.
Is she also very buggy?
No, she's just hot.
Yeah, she's not that. She's more. I feel like they put too many dots on her eyes in the games. Now that I'm looking at her, like they're a little.
What you
buggy,
mean
but
like
it's not
you mean
like,
okay
It's not like
wait
true
hold on
insectoid. Like,
hold on did you like they made her like look weirder? Like did you follow the thing with the new Fable trailer where like everyone was saying that chick looked like a dude and they actually found the actress that played that girl in the trailer and like she's actually hot in real life, so they like actively made her look uglier in the new Fable trailer.
no,
So maybe that's what they're doing.
they're just like, hey, what if we made her?
Or like how
eyes,
they made what's her
impossibly
nuts?
huge.
How they made the chick who plays Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn is fairly attractive in real life, but Aloy is a fucking like she looks like a rundown shack of a human being. So
You look like something I'd find out in the Louisiana bayou.
she looks like Syndrome from
Like,
The
who left
Incredibles
this
in the
here?
video game. So it's like yeah.
Did you give it a score twice?
Yeah, I'll give it a 10
Yeah,
as well.
he
It's
gave it
good.
a 10. I think we all gave it 10s.
Yeah. I wish there needs to be more Halo theme, but it did pop up.
It popped up on that like it's like the penultimate mission where you're driving up to the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the menu had that instead of like desert sands.
Yeah.
That was kind of like annoying. I was like, this isn't Halo. This is
Well, because
like,
the menu changes based on like what season they're in.
yeah, I know. That's what I thought the whole game was going to be for a minute. I
Yeah.
was like, oh fuck, what is this?
And A4, you had stepped out, but I complained about the multiplayer menu a little bit. Just finding the game variant that you actually want to play is a little painful the first time you're in there.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna take any points away for that.
Yeah. Speaking of taking points away, graphics and design. What does everybody think of the way this game looks?
I think it looks great. I think it looks like Halo, man, and they didn't put a fucking thing in front of my face that where I can't see what they've designed. It looks really good clarity, good color, great character designs. They did the God of War thing in the cutscenes where it's all the one shot thing. Did you notice that? Instead of like the fucking
No.
like in Halo 5 and 4, they were like, let's pretend this is a movie. We're gonna do the handheld shaky cam like this is the Bourne Ultimatum or some shit like
Yeah.
that. No, they just went with like a wide angle, lens or whatever, and they're floating the camera around, following the drama and keeping it intact with the gameplay. And I also thought the world was really cool, and I love the designs of pretty much everything. It just felt like Halo, and it was great. I loved it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for graphics and art and graphics.
All right. What about you, A4?
I like the way the game looks a lot. It's very old school Halo, like Joe said. I like that the Halo ring in this one is made of like weird hexagon pillars that sort of like come together to form the landscape. I could have gone for more biomes. Like you really only get like forests in this one, and then like there's a few biomes where it's like, oh, the forest is burned
Swamp
down.
or like yeah.
It just really felt like, I don't know, like the Sierra Nevadas. That's kind of where I'm like
Yeah.
basing it off of. That's
Like,
where
it'd
they
be-
took their trips. They were like, let's go to Sequoia and draw some pictures of what we see.
Like I could have gone for like a winter area or something, but I mean, that's kind of like a minor nitpick. But I think it looks totally fine. I would give it a 9 out of 10 for the graphics. I think it kind of gets Halo down to its essence of what it should be for a game like this. Like
Yeah.
you said, it's a lot less cluttered than Halo 5's UI
Yeah,
and its design.
I'll give it a 9 as well. I just think her mouth is just too messed up to give it a 10. Like, it just bugs me, man. It's just like,
Does it bug your eyes?
Yeah, it bugs my eyes bug out of my head whenever I see those lips. I mean, maybe like maybe the buggy eyes with those big ass lips. Maybe that'll make me come on command. But I don't know the mixture of the two, but not together.
It'd be a horrifying combination. Is like
Yeah.
fucking that Cortana's mouth with like Steve Buscemi's eyes, just like
Yeah. It's like, man, the proportions are crazy here. Like, what is this? It's like the Texas Roadhouse of faces. Like, everything's
oh, but that
huge.
apple butter,
Yeah,
that apple butter. I'll
oh,
tell
man,
you.
I'll spread that apple butter all day. But yeah, those proportions, it's a lot.
Please tell me I don't know if I brought this up on this show ever, but please tell me you've seen the video of the black guy coming out of Texas Roadhouse. He's like, ain't nobody tell me about the apple butter at Texas Roadhouse. He's like talking to someone in the parking lot like, why didn't anyone tell me about the apple butter at Texas Roadhouse?
No.
No.
It's fucking great. He just like accosts someone in the parking lot because the apple butter at the fucking Texas Roadhouse is so good.
It's pretty good, man.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
That's like the only thing my wife fucking eats when we go there. It's like, do you want a steak?
She just
She's
fucking
I filled up on bread.
She just licks it out of the little cup.
Honestly, I do too. So it's
He's like,
whatever.
what that tongue do? And she like gets the butter, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
We just go in and we get a table. It's like, so what would you like to start? It's like, we're good. We get the bread and the apple butter.
Yeah.
We're
Anyway,
fine.
we can get like 7 things of the apple butter and 1 bread.
It's like, I don't know, maybe a cup of chili. I'm feeling a little hungry today, but
Yeah. How about that can of or that pail of peanuts in the waiting room, and then
Pail of peanuts.
instead of the 5 buns and then the 1 apple butter, it's just 5 apple butters like wrapped around one.
would you like to pick out your cut of steak today? No, but I would like to pick out my cup of apple butter. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know those peanut pills? Apple butter.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll give it
I
a
will
9. It's
also,
too disturbing.
I'll also. I'll also.
I
give
would
it a
love to
9.
see that quote on the back of the box, just like, it's too disturbing. Caleb Schweiss, Nude Clan 2023.
Yeah. The mouth.
I'm gonna give it a 9 as well, and it's gonna be for what A4 brought up about like the lack of diversity in levels, because you get spaceship looking level, and then you get meadow foresty looking level, and then sometimes a mountainy level, and sometimes a mix of mountain and forest and meadow level. But I would have liked to go more places. I understand why you don't in that game, because the Banished have like taken one area of the ring because they're technically rebuilding 2. So I get that, but I will take a point off for that because more diversity would have been fun in this game.
Yeah, Zach's calling for more diversity. I think so would make a better
Of course.
Are
I
you
am
commie
your
liberal?
hire. I'm
Yeah.
your diversity hire.
I mean, I guess that is what
I
we
just
hired
figured-
you. That is literally what we hired you for.
I just figured that would be something that I could rub, and Schweiss and A4 might get a little bit,
A little worked up.
a little worked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like working you guys up so I can work you out later.
Yeah. I know how you like to get me all tense. Just to bring me back down to earth. Those
So I
with
guess
those lips and those buggy eyes.
I guess
There was an
wait,
Easter egg I found too on top of a mountain. It's like one of the only snow areas in the game. It's like one of the highest mountains in the game, I guess. And just at the top was a fucking like a doll. And I'm looking it up. Apparently, it's a doll of Echo 216. Not that I could tell because it just looks like a guy. But when I like looked at it, the Halo theme started playing a little bit. Like I'm like, oh, that's neat. So there's that, I guess.
All right, cool.
Or does that fit in any of the
We were talking about graphics, and I thought, oh, there is like a snowy area. It's like a big mountain up at the top. I also didn't find I also didn't find the giant sandwich. I know you said you did.
I did find that. Maybe graphics gets a 10 for the sandwich, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 for the giant sandwich. It gets a 10. It gets a 10 because that was funny.
All right. All right, so the last category. Some call it the second gameplay category. Some call it the second story category. It really depends. Replayability. Will you replay this game again? Why?
I'm going to give it a 10 because I've already done that. I've already, like, a little bit. I mean, I have other games to play, but I've already gone back through and freed a couple more of those fobs. And honestly, I've played the multiplayer a shit ton. So, I mean, it's a 10. It's a no-brainer 10.
This game is a game I would actually like to go back and get everything in the multiplayer. The fucking gameplay is so much fucking fun that just playing more Halo sounds like a great time, especially this Halo. Yeah, 10 out of 10. And the multiplayer is fucking really good. I put it down and started playing the next game almost immediately, but I had to play a couple hours of multiplayer. And multiplayer is just like every other great Halo game. The multiplayer is great. And yeah, I would give it a 10 out of 10 if there was no multiplayer. The campaign's good enough.
Honestly, yeah.
I would agree with that, too.
I'm going to echo that because I will definitely go back and try to get all this stuff once my backlog for the show has kind of died down a little bit. But yeah, even without the multiplayer, I think I could give this a 10 out of 10. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I'll give it a 10. I'm teetering between 9 and 10 because the grappling hooks, it could be a little bit better, you know? Like the refresh rate, if it was like if it was like a third of a second faster, it would be like you could truly
What if it was
only
like-
use that, and you.
What if it was like a negative refresh rate? Like you could have 2 grappling hooks out at the same time.
That would be sweet. Or if it would like you could have it take on the OG siphon filters like a taser distance, where it's like you can't even make out the enemy and it reaches it.
Honestly, the only way that they could improve this, besides the grappling hook, is giving him a parachute and a wingsuit, like in Just Cause, and then that's as far as you can go.
If you can get if you can get both those, that'd be fucking fun. I would just fly up in a banshee and then just drop.
Yeah, because Just Cause is already like peak open world mobility, and it has a grappling hook, but it's just because it also has that in tandem with a parachute and a wingsuit. So if Master Chief had a parachute and a wingsuit, I think this game would be a 12 out of 10.
So Halo
in terms of-
7, we need a flight suit.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even have to don't even make it a wingsuit. Make it like a metal wingsuit because he's like a cyborg guy or whatever.
Yeah, see, that needs to be the opening for the next Halo. Is like you're going to be fighting in space again because it's a Halo game, and you have to get back down to the ring, and that's your flight suit as you're flying through, and it's like doing like the story, like exposition shit. You're watching things explode and like shit going down as you're like.
Now, on that front, I do have
Yeah.
some bad news because I did see an article just the other day that says apparently Microsoft does not consider Halo like a flagship series anymore. I guess now that they've acquired Activision and Blizzard. So I guess if the next Halo doesn't do super great, it's probably going to get put on the back burner. I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt because it was an article I saw on the internet. I'm just saying.
That
I
sounds
wouldn't
like
be
a
shocked.
Kotaku article, but I know I think that I can see that point of view because Microsoft is chodes, so it makes sense that they.
I don't
would
want
do
it to be the
something
truth.
like that.
I'm just saying I can totally see Xbox thinking that way.
I think
Which is a shame
Microsoft
because
buying up
Halo
all those
is-
companies is super fucking smart of them.
yes,
How they manage it, we'll find out. But
The thing is, the biggest thing is like you bought a bunch of companies that every once in a while put out a really good game, but a lot of the time, some of the games they're putting out are buggy messes, and I think that's definitely we're gonna find out if they're gonna like have enough, like if Xbox is gonna have enough like things acquired to like have games come out at a reasonable rate for these developers to not be buggy or shitty.
I mean, here's the deal though. Like, 343 had its growing pains, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they did just give us something great. So, good
Okay, so
luck
this is
with the next Fable.
Darth Stroyermon asked, "What's their flagship series?" Then I have no fucking clue. This again, take it with a grain of salt. This is just a tweet.
Right.
That
I mean
says,
but like to be fair, he's got a point too. I mean, like, but Xbox hasn't in recent years been known for certain flagship games. I mean, when we were children, I mean, you had
Yeah.
Halo, you had fucking was it Forza? Wasn't Forza for like Xbox for a long time, or is that PlayStation?
It's
no,
still
it's always been Xbox.
Is it
Yeah.
Xbox? You
The tweet in question
you have Gears
says,
of War. I mean, you had those things that aren't really flagships anymore.
"Yeah, but Gears 5 was so long ago." The tweet in question
That's what I'm
says,
saying.
"Internally, Halo is officially no longer considered flagship. This decision was made somewhere in the past 5 months. The next Halo game will be the last Halo game if it doesn't meet expectations. The next Halo game does not have even half the budget that Halo Infinite did. The Master Chief Collection is dead. Official end of dev cycle announcement will be made, but there's no date on this."
So here's what Microsoft, listen up, you cunt. Here's the thing. You can't say, oh, this game's not going to be a flagship anymore. The game that fucking made you money, for one. For two, to say, oh, if it's bad, we're not going to make it anymore. Then go, you get half the budget. You made this amazing game with this first game, but fuck you, because we don't want it to be. Like, what are you going to do? Like, no one wants to play
Honestly,
Gears of War 6, because the last
the only
two-
reason
Like-
I can see them doing this is because they're probably making a ton of money off of like Game Pass, because like
Yeah.
that's super
They probably
popular,
are.
right?
Like, honestly, it was super smart. And if PlayStation would get their head out of their ass, that would be a fantastic PlayStation thing too. But they're not.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think PlayStation has enough single-player flagship games. I mean, not even flagship, but like it's PlayStation only. They have a shit ton of those games.
Yeah, like I shit on the number of
Running
exclusives
across.
for the PS5, but like there are still PlayStation IPs that exist, like Ratchet and Clank and The Last of Us and God
I mean,
of War.
God of
and
War, yeah.
Fucking Days Gone, if you want to count that, but like, you know.
No.
You said it was Activision that they bought?
They just got Activision Blizzard. Yeah, there was like an injunction
Okay.
going on that was trying
That's
to block
Call
them
of
from getting...
Duty.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, did you see they also PlayStation and Xbox came to an agreement that Xbox wasn't going to take Call of Duty away from PlayStation, because I guess that was on the table
Oh.
that they were going to take Call of Duty away.
God,
They,
and
they should
I
if
mean,
they're
but
gonna do
yeah,
it.
what? If I was
Xbox-
Microsoft, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, bitch.
By the
We're
way-
going for it.
By the
I
way,
think-
Xbox,
I know, I feel like
Xbox,
they're-
al-
It's about
Sorry.
the money, dude. Sorry, they're going to
Xbox-
make more money. Sorry.
Xbox also has Bethesda now. So
They're gonna make more money selling more consoles. I disagree. I think
Yeah.
it's more money in the long run. Maybe in the short run, yeah, the next Call of Duty game would make half as many copies sold, but in the
Although-
long run, they would
Yeah.
put their fucking claws into that market and be like, "We're coming for your PlayStation."
Although I know a lot of times they sell the
It's an investment.
consoles at a loss for the same reason. It's an investment
Well-
in the studio games.
Another thing you also have to remember is that Microsoft also owns the PC market, which like Sony is starting to get into by porting all their stuff to PC. Like that's a market they've been missing out on in a long time. But Microsoft has just kind of inherently had that market forever because they own Windows.
Yeah.
So like Game Pass is also on Windows. So again, I'm assuming that most of their money is being made through Game Pass subscriptions, or whatever you have for that. I'm not an
that's-
analyst or anything.
that's
I'm just
wild.
saying. Like, yeah.
Not an analyst, is that what you said?
I am not an anal rapist. No, I'm not.
What's
now we're pissed.
what's
That's
the
the-
age of consent on this ring of Halo?
I'm gonna guess 56 because it has fewer rotations around the fuck. It probably is,
It flies around the sun.
All right.
sure.
What are our scores?
So the overall scores for Halo Infinite: story 8s across the board, gameplay 10s across the board, sound and music 10s across the board, graphics and design 10 from Joe, 10 from Zach, 9s for me and A4, replayability 10s across the board. Total of 48 out of 50 for Joe and Zach, and 47 out of 50 for me and A4. A combined 190 out of 200, which equals a 95 out of 100, making this
God.
the third best Halo game, or no, second best Halo game, incorrectly, behind Halo 1, and above Halo Reach, which is also above Halo 3, which is the actual best Halo game. So there you have
What is it? What is it on the Nude Clan ranking overall though? Because 95 is nothing to sneeze at.
it. It is the 7th greatest game of all time, according to
What the
Nuke
fuck?
Clan.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I was not expecting that. Holy shit. Because like this game, playing it, I was having fun, but like it kind of felt like it was nothing. Like, oh, it's a Halo game. It's fun. It's all
But
cool. And everything.
you're the way you
What?
voted.
I
Well,
was
you-
fucking
No, I
looking
know, that's
forward
why
to
I'm
this
saying-
thing
no,
every
I know.
day. I was like, I gotta play Halo with Schweiss later today.
Look,
This is
Yeah.
my favorite
what-
day.
what I'm
Like
saying is
Charlie
like
running down with a golden ticket. He's like, oh,
what I'm saying is I think this game is greater than the sum of its parts. Because as I was playing this game, the graphics and the sound and the music and everything was like, whatever. Like I'm having fun. It's Halo. But then like I guess based on my review scores, I'm like, damn, I guess I really did like this game more than I thought I did.
Yeah, I think part
just
of it.
never really, I just
fresh.
never really like analyzed it in that like numerical sense. so to
you
speak.
always analyze. What's the top 10 for Nude Clan?
The top 10 greatest games of all time, according to Nude Clan, are God of War 2018,
wrong.
Ghost of Tsushima, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Doom 2016. Those last three are all tied for second place. Diablo
Right.
2, Halo, Halo Infinite, Resident Evil 2 2019, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2,
Hell yeah.
Persona 5, and that's the top 10. I feel like those are bullshit, but there's some good ones in there.
Resident Evil 2 remake was fucking great.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 remake is fucking amazing.
But I really liked Ghost of Tsushima too. That was fucking.
I still have
should've-
to play that.
Ghost of Tsushima should have gotten Game of the Year over Last of Us 2, and they pandered.
there's
and
a-
it didn't. But
There's a
it's
few
still,
things that should have won over
Weren't
Last
those
of Us
different
Part
It
Two.
was
years?
amazing.
I feel
No,
like
that was
those
the
are-
same year. Those were the same year.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is pretty good, but the
Fantastic.
longer I go from not playing it, the less I care about it. Same with Witcher 3, kind of. Like, they're both pretty good, but I don't think 2 and
Do we
3
need to
are-
have like a
Oh,
retro score to adjust this list where it's the stick to your ribs score and it's out of 10 and we like adjust it? We take the average and we just add that score to it. So did this game stick to your ribs? Do you still think about this game in a positive light? If the answer is like
positive.
not
I was
really,
gonna
then
say,
it like
if it stick to your ribs, it's gonna be like fucking Bad Boys 2. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also,
Security
yeah,
score.
you were right, Zach. Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2020.
I know.
which,
I was
mean,
fighting on the hill for Ghost of Tsushima, and I had a lot of friends that were like, "No,
Look, all I re- all,
better because there's a trans character." And it's
all
like,
I re-
that doesn't make the game good. The game is fine, but it's not as
it's
good.
also
as
it's also
Tsushima.
not a game. It's a bad TV show. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima is actually a video game. But
The story
Ghost
was
of Tsushima
pretty
is a good
dude.
movie instead.
Ghost of
No, because I
Tsushima
remember
is so
we
good.
were. I was streaming the Game Awards that year, and like when The Last of Us Part 2
I
won,
watched
like
it with you.
literally everyone was like, "Are you fucking for real? Like, why?" Like, no one liked this game.
Yeah.
Not no one. That game was very divisive. I feel like. But like, I mean, if
Yes,
you,
but like, no,
with
okay.
the review though, me and Schweiss didn't hate the game, and we've made that very clear.
I guess
Unlike Craig,
what I
who
meant
hated the fuck out of that game,
Okay,
we've made it
what
clear
I-
that we don't not like.
what I meant to say was no one thought this game was going to get Game of the Year. It's a
Okay.
fine game, sure, but like compared to the things it was going up against, this is just so that
Right.
Neil Druckmann can come up on stage and suck his own dick.
Right? No,
Uh.
Ghost of Tsushima beats the shit out of Last of Us 2.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it's a
Especially
video
Last
game.
of Us 2 has an extra 2.5 hours of gameplay that is not needed in the game or storytelling.
Well, and Sucker Punch enjoys fun, so that's a point against Naughty Dog.
But
Yeah.
I think my final thoughts for Halo Infinite are you should play it if you haven't. It's fun. I mean, this sounds negative saying it's a time sink, but it's a fun time sink. You sit in there and you just grapple for hours. As soon as you get that grappling hook, you just grapple everywhere and it's fucking fun. And you do stupid shit and you hear little grunts say stupid stuff. That's hilarious. You find a giant sandwich if you look hard enough. It's fun. It's a very fun game and you should play it if you haven't. If you don't like Halo, or if you haven't played a Halo, doesn't fucking matter.
It's also not a bad one to start
You
off
can play
on.
6. Yeah, you can play 6 and be fantastic. Should you play other Halos? Yes, you should buy the Master Chief Collection or get it on Game Pass on PC or Xbox because you should experience the first Halo if you haven't, because that is a game that everyone should play. But I think that trilogy is games everyone should play as well. But Infinite, it's fantastic. You don't need to play the other ones. Just go in there and have fun. You'll find out who Master Chief is. You don't know who Cortana is. Who gives a shit? You'll find out. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just
She's
have
got
fun.
huge teeth anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about this one is that the multiplayer component is free. So just like download it and try out the multiplayer, see if you like the shooting. And then if you like the shooting enough that you'd like to do a whole campaign based on that, whenever the campaign goes on sale, because like I think during the summer sale or I forget when I got it like a few months ago, like it was a winter sale, but it was like $30 the campaign on sale. So I was like, oh shit, then yeah, I'll get this. We have to play it anyway. So
Yeah, there you go.
I just realized the weapon in this game totally pulls a Rey Skywalker from The Rise of Skywalker. They're like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "I have a name. Is it okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like,
well, I mean,
"Cortana."
okay,
You're like,
spoilers, I guess, but they
"Oh."
tell her she's a copy of Cortana. Also, they act like that's a big surprise when I'm just like, it looks like Cortana.
Yeah, it
what's
looks
the
like
point?
Cortana, but like somebody backhanded her right in the lips.
It looks like Cortana if she got like she was way too into horses.
Right. It looks like Cortana if she was just a geeky guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of a geeky guy is all.
Like if Cortana took band in middle school instead of like AP
Instead of
science.
was a cheerleader. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck, anyone else have
Yeah,
any
no,
final
it's a
thoughts?
good game. Play it. It's fun. It's
cool.
it's a revival of Halo. I don't care what anyone on Twitter says about how 343 can't make a good Halo. That was true for a very long time, and now it's not true anymore. So this is a good game. It's not it's not as good as we made it out to be. As far as our
It
scores,
isn't.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
Halo
like-
3 good, but it's really solid. And like we're
Yeah.
stoked on it being a good Halo finally.
Well, Halo 3 has the memory of me. Well, for me, it has the memory of me as a teenager with all my friends playing the multiplayer at a
Yeah.
LAN party, and this doesn't have that. But I can't say that this is not as good of a game, if not better, than Halo 3. Honestly, for me, like Halo 3, the campaign for me, I'm the one who dragged the scores of that game down, and I know it. I really like that game. There's no taking away from that. But Halo 3 to me is always a little less good than Halo 2, which is a little less good than Halo 1, in like a few different like important aspects to me.
And like I said, the multiplayer for this is free, and it's just as good as the multiplayer in a lot of the other Halo games. So like, you got nothing to lose to download it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if it had couch co-op, I would give it a 20 out of 10 for replayability.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's I think it's up there with the great ones. I think the only bad ones, and they're even not even bad games, like Halo 4 and 5. I can't really say they're bad.
Yeah, they're like solid. They're just
yeah. The
you're going up
stories-
against like giants compared to the other
yeah.
ones.
I mean the campaign stories are kind of dog shit in 4 and 5, and especially 5. But yeah, I think this was a course correction. This was
Yeah, for
really
sure.
nice. It's a really good game. I really
Definitely was a
liked
course
it.
correction.
Yeah, and it wasn't just them copying Destiny like I thought it was going to be. Honestly,
No, that's
it's
what I thought,
similar.
too.
It's similar in like the here's a huge world, but it's not like, oh, this is an MMO. Don't you love MMOs? And I'm like, no, no, I don't. Oh
No, but you need to get Master
Raid?
Chief
Don't
to
fucking
find.
say raid to me ever again.
You need to get Master Chief to find the imprimaturs.
Yeah. I mean, at least FF11 had like, awesome female characters that you would like. Oh yeah, I like this one. Oh yeah, I like this new one. Yeah, I mean, Yustola is like amazing. Well, Yustola has normal lips, so
I'd like to eat her Tola if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Apparently, 20 million people played it at launch.
Damn.
I mean, they're not giving us sales numbers like the other games, though. So who knows how well it actually did? But I mean, with their Xbox game, that's all they did was get the Game Pass and play it. Like, I didn't even have to buy the fucking game.
Yeah.
So like, what do they count as a sale? So like, when they're saying we'll see how good the next Halo does, it's like, well, are you
Well,
not
that's-
going to sell the game? Because if you don't sell it, then I don't know exactly how you're going to measure the success of this thing.
That's the other problem with the fucking Game Pass shit is like they were talking about like how Hi-Fi Rush didn't sell as much as they wanted it to, but it's like, well, yeah, you put it on fucking Game Pass day one. Like, of course it didn't sell as good as you wanted.
I
to.
bought it. I helped.
I
did
bought
my
it?
part.
Yeah, but it's just like I can understand because like yeah, if you subscribe to Game Pass, then I guess you're not technically purchasing the game. So like I don't know how the fuck the sales figures work when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I know
who knows?
Netflix with their streaming, they'll say like, "Oh, this is a really big hit," because they know.
yeah,
how
they'll
many times it's been
count
streamed.
views. It's like YouTube. They'll
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
so
but they'll
I-
say that for shows that no one's watching. So like, who are you?
I,
who,
the,
who
the,
are you
the,
trust?
you'd underestimate the power of people who have nothing to do but watch Netflix.
I guess I don't know.
Like-
Let me know how One Piece is next month. By the way,
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to watch it. I
I'm
literally
going
watched
to because that looks
nothing.
like a fucking train wreck. Are you kidding?
I did start watching Outlander with the wife. It's kind of an interesting show.
Why have you not watched Narcos?
I don't
Narcos
know,
exists.
I should watch. Narcos.
If you're
I
on
heard it's good.
Netflix, Narcos exists. Like, what the fuck?
Why
are
did you say
doing?
Netflix with an accent?
Did
If
I?
you're on Netflix, you should watch.
Yeah,
Narcos.
because you say Narcos with the
I
accent.
could have. Was it a drunk accent? I don't think I was doing an
No,
accent.
it was.
You put a little bit of a caliente flair on Netflix.
Yeah, it was like your nerdy, your internal nerdy guy was coming out.
Your geeky guy was
Geeky
coming out.
guy,
Yeah.
I can't even do
I
my
just-
own fucking
I-
misquote properly.
I just want you guys to know that we just finished the fight for Halo for the podcast.
Yeah, we bought
Yeah,
the
without having to
Halo
play
Wars.
those stupid Halo Wars games that no one cares about.
Yeah,
We finished the fight. We finished the fight because we reviewed the last Halo game we were going to review.
it's over.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Now let's do marathon.
So, how would you rank the games? Can you think it off the top of your head of the 6 Halo games?
Yeah, I would go 3, 1 Reach. This one,
Oh, Reach is okay. We're counting Reach.
3, 1 Reach. This one, 2, 5, 4. No, 2. Then ODST 5, 4.
Wow.
I think I would go- I think
Yeah,
I think I would go 3, Reach, 1, 2, ODST, 4, and 5. Oh, and fuck, Infinite. Fuck. 3, Reach, 1, this one, 2, ODST, 4, and 5. Yeah.
It's weird because Halo 2's multiplayer might be the greatest one. Like Halo 3's is also
I agree.
really good.
Yes, I agree. It's
But
just
Halo
this
2, I
campaign
played
drags
the
it down.
Fuck out of Halo 2 online. I played like that.
Dude, Lockout is
so
like one of the
much.
greatest maps ever made on anything ever.
Yeah, Lockout was my favorite. But Halo 3 has a fake Lockout. It's like
A lot of them have a fake Lockout.
So some of this is going to be based upon Nostalgia, because I played so many hours of games that I think I have scored lower than Halo Infinite. Halo 1, number 1. Halo 2, number 2. Halo 3, number 3. Barely edging out
That tracks. Is Halo 4 number 4?
Halo Infinite as the 4th best. But it's only because Infinite's like not classic level. Like maybe I would think different if I like had a year where Halo Infinite I played it every weekend. So to be fair to Infinite, because I do think in a lot of ways it's better than Halo 3, especially a grappling hook sort of way, which doesn't exist in Halo 3. Then I would say Reach. Then I would say 4. Then I would say 5. Then I would say ODST.
Really? ODST is the worst one?
Wow.
I don't like ODST.
Yeah, I don't either, but damn.
If there's one game I don't like in the Halo series, or I'm really underwhelmed by, it's ODST.
Yeah, I mean, at least with like 4 and 5, you got it's like the OG guys, so you can chalk it up too well. They don't know what they're doing. Whereas ODST is the OG guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
but
just like this
ODST was like a
cheap-
cool like side story. It kind of did a different thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but if I'm gonna go against a AAA title like Halo 4, like, come on, what are you talking about?
yeah, but I don't really care about Halo 4 and 5 compared to like, even ODST. It's just like, all right, it gave me a different side of like a conflict I'm already aware of.
What about you,
know what I mean?
Zach?
Never played Halo 5, so I don't know.
Did you not play that with
that's
us?
right. Oh, like
So I feel
it's-
like I can't rate it. I mean, like I think my top 3 would definitely be. Fuck, I don't know now. Fuck. If I had to do like top, I would do Halo. I like 2 a lot. I think Halo 2 would be my number 1 because I fucking love Halo 2. I played a shit ton of that, like
it's
more
a
than
toss
anything
up, man. 1 and 2 are a toss up.
I'm gonna put Halo 2, Halo 1, Halo 3, then Halo Infinite for the 4. I liked ODST a lot too. I know you didn't, but I really liked ODST.
Yeah.
But mine,
Yeah, which is
mine's
weird,
like
too, 'cause-
a nostalgia, like a nostalgia kick too, because I fucking did the midnight premiere for that one, like at GameStop, and I remember just playing the shit out of that.
Which is weird because ODST is like the artsy fartsy like film noir one, so Joe should really like that. But
The gameplay is not. It doesn't do it, and the story is not that great. Like, it may be artsy fartsy, but artsy fartsy doesn't necessarily mean good.
Me,
you're learning.
Halo 4 and 5 are definitely in the bottom. I mean, I haven't played 5, but I've heard enough about it to know that I'm not gonna like.
don't
it
worry, you're correct.
as much as
It's
the
fine.
others.
Yeah.
It's still like the gameplay is still solid.
Right,
Like,
but I mean,
there's nothing
story-wise,
really.
I don't know.
Yeah, the story is.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
crap.
It's bad.
But yeah, I would say Halo 2 is my number 1. I love Halo 2.
I just think
really-
Halo 2's story-wise isn't nearly as good as 1 or 3. Like,
It's
3 is
great.
like the penultimate, like...
No, but the
Capstone.
multiplayer on Halo 2 is fucking incredible. That's why it's
Yeah.
like it pains me to put it so low compared to the others, but that's just because the others are so good.
Halo
Yeah.
2 is great. I love Halo 2.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you have it, I guess.
There
Those are
you
Halo
have it.
rankings.
So next week we are doing a Resident Evil in the Afterlife. Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe
Choice
that's
is-
the name of it.
Did you have to rent this?
Yeah, I rented it on Amazon for 2 or 3 something. It was like the cheapest one, so...
Oh.
They got the other ones on Netflix, but not this one. Though they have like
How
3
was-
or 4 of them.
How'd Mila Jovovich look?
She's hot.
She looked pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of her too, since they cloned her like a shit ton in the last couple movies. So. She's hot every
Okay.
time. Every time.
All right. Do I actually need to watch the 2 before this? Because I only saw the first one.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Fuck
about
off!
have to. But like it's not a I think the next 2 are on Netflix for free if you have Netflix.
Okay.
So you could watch those.
I'll skip it. Don't worry about it. Guys.
No, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easy
I
mode way
don't
of
have time for this.
watching the movie. It's not watching the movie. Just look at the Spark Notes,
I could,
The
but
Spark Notes? You think there's a Spark Notes article on
yeah,
Resident Evil?
it's called
Afterlife?
Wikipedia.com.
Yeah. We never watch movies. We just phone it in. We just read the wiki page.
Dude, sometimes I will watch a movie and I'll be like, I have no idea. Like it will be 2
Well, that's-
hours ago, and I'll be
we
like,
looked-
what shitty movie did I watch for this show?
We-
I
we-
can't
we,
remember
uh,
a minute of it.
We looked at the Wikipedia page for the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and under plot, it was just a bunch of exclamation. It was just question marks.
Yeah. I think this is what this means.
Was that the one where it didn't even finish a sentence at the bottom of it? Was it Prince of Persia? Which game was it? I don't
Fuck,
remember.
I think it was, yeah. Like they didn't even finish it. They went. They got to that line, and then they used the sands of time to go back before they finished the sentence, but they just never finished the sentence because they altered the events of
When I logged
finishing
that-
article.
When I logged that on Letterboxd, I was like, insert 17,856th joke about me using the sands of time to go back in time before I saw this fucking movie.
Yeah. I'm sure the critics loved that one. They're like, "Oh, I wish I could go back about hour and 48 minutes, 33 seconds."
Wish I didn't have to see Alfred Molina in brown face racing ostriches.
Yeah, never thought I'd say that. I
That was
wish
the
I
best
wouldn't have
part.
seen that.
It was the best part.
Yeah, he was awesome. Like yet
right.
another Ben Kingsley getting paid for doing nothing movie. Like, yeah, I was Gandhi, so I
Just
could
show up
basically
and
just
turn your
show up.
nose up a little bit like you're evil. And like,
Yeah. Show up and like act like you have a stick really far up your ass, and we'll give you whatever fucking dollar amount you want. Because Alfred Molina here, he's gonna deliver.
I'm Jerry Bruckheimer. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I work for Disney.
Just tell me that this movie's better than Welcome to Raccoon City. Just tell me.
I
it's
can't
better
tell
than
you
that.
that. No, I'm just kidding. It
Oh.
is. There was someone tweeted me the other day, or like commented on YouTube that was like, I like that movie too, Caleb. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like everybody else around me fucking hated the shit out of it, and I was like,
Welcome to Raccoon City,
yeah. I mean,
dude.
yeah.
That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was
at
pretty
the movie
boring.
Theater.
I watched it and I told Jake to go watch it, and then he was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think Schweiss, last week we were talking about Paul W.S. Anderson movies and we mentioned The Three Musketeers. It is not as bad as The Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about like movies that I went and saw in the movie theater and I deeply regretted ever thinking about going there, man, is there one that beats out Oh, you know what? Don't Mess
I,
with the
Frankenstein?
Zohan is another one, by the way.
Did you see I, Frankenstein in theaters?
I never saw I, Frankenstein.
No, fucking come on. No, I didn't see that. What did I see? I usually with theater movies I usually have a pretty good. I mean, the A-Team was not great. I saw that in theaters. It was a dollar theater though.
When I
so
went
does
in
it
when
really
I went in
count?
the break room at work this week, that was playing on like FXX on the TV.
Nice.
One of the 18 movies that they put out, the one with fucking Liam Neeson.
Oh, Ant-Man, that Ant-Man movie was pretty bad. But
The newest one?
Yeah, the newest one. That
All
was a pretty
Ant-Man
bad
I didn't even
fucking
see it.
movie.
All Ant-Man movies are fucking trash, man.
Poor Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd, but
Yeah, but bad.
that Ant-Man movie is awful.
Yeah.
Every time he thinks of being in an Ant-Man movie, it's that skit from Tim and Eric where he's at the computer and he's like, all right, I'm okay now. Like,
Yeah. Show me the check again. Show me the check again. Okay. All right.
Another $40 million for you.
yeah.
Oh man, that was probably the worst. Raccoon City's worse than Ant-Man 3. That's
Wow.
worse than Ant-Man 3. Raccoon City is. Oh God. All right. Enough about bad movies.
Yeah, real quick, the worst movie I saw in theaters recently is Belle, the anime movie. It's really bad.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, don't worry, you don't need to see it. It's fine.
it has pretty poster art. That's the only thing I've seen.
It's a remake of Summer Wars, which is in itself a remake of the Digimon movie. So don't worry about it.
Summer Wars was fine the first time I watched it. Then I watched it like 2 more times, and it kind of sucked.
Hey, do you want to see? Hey, do you want to see Summer Wars? Except they take all the plot threads and just throw them on the floor instead of connecting them. That's Belle.
Okay. Yeah, Summer Wars was one everybody loved. I watched it once and I enjoyed it. Like, it was a fun romp. But then I saw it a second time and a third time. And, like, each time the movie got worse. I was like, no, this is
That's
getting
what happened to
stupid.
me with Belle, because I saw Belle in the theater and I was like, me and my wife were like, it's all right, and then I watched it again and I'm like, actually, I don't
Yeah,
like
you
it.
know, I
Actually,
saw that.
Spectre.
No, I didn't see
another-
Spectre in theaters.
It's all right.
I've never seen a single James Bond movie.
And
in
later,
theaters.
like, oh,
I've
I saw
never seen
Spectre
any
in
of them.
theaters, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was oh man, I just had it, but then I lost it. I think it was one that the wife made me go see. It was bad. There was another one that was like it was basically like it was like that other Ben Kingsley movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he's like in the mental institution. It was
Oh, Shutter
similar-
Island.
Yeah, it was similar to Shutter Island, but really shitty. And it had like a
The Island.
no, not the island. No, I wouldn't say that's really shitty.
I haven't seen it.
It's not bad.
Wait, is it the Guillermo del Toro one? Is it Crimson Peak, whatever it's called?
No.
I don't know.
Shit, I just lost the other one that I saw in theaters.
Well, thank you
It
for
was-
joining us on News.
Yeah. Welcome to the We'll Forget Shit podcast.
Yeah.
Hold on a second while we wait
Hang on.
to
hang on
find
here.
the answer. We know it's somewhere. We know it's somewhere in our brains.
Yeah, we just don't know where. All right. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Next time we will review Resident Evil Afterlife, so long as I remember that movie. Until then, though, live always in the nude.
We finished the fight.
Walk with your grappling hook held high.
Fuck those who don't like the grappling hook.
Yeah!